could, I could love you forever if you'd meet my gaze. Don't fall in love with the man on stage. I'll be on in a minute, I'm just sharpening my blade. Don't fall for his flattering tune. He'll promise you the world until you drink that perfume. It's a highway, highway to the door. And a neon Medusa's got your heart. Sweet canyon lullabies. Don't look straight into its eyes. It's a highway, highway to the door. There's only two.
Hello, welcome to Tuesday. It's Tuesday. So yeah, we're mixing things up a little bit this week. We didn't do a Monday. We're starting with a Tuesday. We'll probably do a Wednesday. Whether or not we do a Thursday remains to be seen. I might move Thursday to Friday. I don't know, depending on how burnt out I feel tomorrow. But anyway, we're back. We're driving. We're in the Pacific. Exactly. Choose your own adventure. Thank you, Cassigator. Welcome in. It's been a bit of a week. Things are happening. I try not to talk too much about work on stream, but let me tell you what my Monday was like. So I'm currently developing a thing, a interface system, HMI, human machine interface, that is supposed to talk to a PLC they're developing, a powered logic controller. Basically a thing that will control a whole bunch of big machinery. The thing is, the team that is developing the PLC is in like a completely different building. So I have to kind of like connect to it remotely with my HMI development stuff to make it talk. And I've been trying to get this set up, and they sent me the IP for it. And I try and hook it up, and it no work. And so I then go in and ping it, and I can't ping it. Can't get a return. So I email them being like, can you check the config setup right? And they get back to me and go, yeah, sorry, Ando, it wasn't turned on. Someone had turned it off. And I was like, ugh, okay. So they're like, it's turned on now, try it out. And I give it a go, and I can ping it, but I can't connect to it. And check all the details, I'm like, we're not connecting to anything. So I email them again, be like, have you guys turned off DHCP? Have you turned off dynamic IP protocols? Because, yeah, I can't find the thing that you're trying to send me to. And they go, yeah, you're right, Ando, we didn't turn off DHCP. It's now, the IP is now this instead. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So I go and put that in. And then, again, try it again. Still not talking. And I'm, you know, this is like halfway through the day at this point. I'm sending more emails being like, have you downloaded the tag list? And they're like, oh, you're right. It wasn't in run mode. And then I'm like, still not working. And so I got in this morning, checked my emails, and they're like, oh, yeah, sorry. We hadn't put it in run mode. And I'm just like, like, come on, like, you've cost me a whole day. And you know, I was saying to people, I like to trust in the people I'm working with, that they know what they're doing, that they're professionals. I'm not so sure if I do anymore. But yeah, that was my Monday. So it's been a week. There's been a lot of things just keep breaking. They keep calling up either me or someone else in my team to try and fix some stuff that's not actually our stuff. We had this problem. So basically, there is this piece of software that talks to the software that I use, that I work with, and every time it breaks, they keep calling us up saying, the software you're responsible for has broken. And we're like, no, it's not us, it's the other guys. Stop calling us, because all we do is tell you to call the other guy. But yeah, so my Monday and my Tuesday have kind of, they haven't sucked, but they've been more arduous than I want them to be. So instead, we're gonna drive cars. Plans for the week is, today is driving cars. Tomorrow maybe Crab Souls, I don't know. Thursday I want to do Theory Thursday. I have some stuff I want to talk about, and then I also have some stuff I want to show off. So that's the plan there. Aside from that, I am tentatively at the moment doing some plans for VTuber SummerSlam, which is at the end of June. It's June 26th through the 30th. So I'm in the process of signing up for that. So it's for charity, or for helping out the kids in them in hospitals and such. So we'll be getting pre-recorded for the questions. See, that's the problem though. A lot of the problems we get won't be answered by pre-recorded questions, and part of the problem we have is that the people who are using the stuff don't know how to answer the questions. That's the problem, is they go, the screen in front of me has stopped working, it must be this team's problem, but it's not, it's the other team's problem. So pre-recorded questions will not help us here. The other one that also sucks is that the help desk, so we have an external help desk you call, which I hate, not people-wise, but I hate as a concept. The external help desk sucks, because again, they don't know the systems either. So a lot of the time, like particularly this one that we've been having an issue with, they keep putting it in as a P2, priority 2, which is really big. The only thing higher than that is P1, which is like, P1 is like catastrophic, like, you know, if we do not fix this soon, people will die. Whereas P2 is like, because this is a problem, everything has stopped working and it's costing the company a lot of money the longer it's stopped. Whereas they keep going like, this is a P2 incident. We look at it and we go, it's not a P2 incident. You know, you know, yes, it's caused you to stop, but it's very easy to fix. Like, this is not a P2, stop putting it as a P2. But anyway, sorry, getting distracted. Ando has had little time to vent these thoughts. So yes, we're VTuber SummerSlam. It's fingers crossed. Again, they're still gonna get back to me. Going to happen at the end of the month, next month. So we're doing that. That should be fun. That's I think my first proper charity thing. So that'll be good. Have they ever asked you for a troubleshooting guide? No. They've never asked us for a troubleshooting guide, and they never will ask us for a troubleshooting guide because they don't want a troubleshooting guide. They want us to fix the problem. This is the eternal problem with being a services group, which is what my team is. We provide OT support services and stuff to a whole bunch of different departments. They don't want to take on the responsibility for things. They would well, for the most part. Some of them do. Some of the departments are good and they're like, hey, we would like to be involved in this. But a lot of them are just like, we don't want to do this. If it breaks, we want you to fix it because you know how it works. We don't want to have to figure out how it works. We would much rather just get on the phone and wake you up in the middle of the night and get you to fix it. So, it is what it is. But yeah, it is frustrating again, particularly when it's something that, like, you know, this is not something that I really am familiar with, this particular piece of software. So it's kind of like if they call me up, it's like, well, I can't fix this. You know, I do the screens with the pretty pictures on them. I don't do the screens with the weird calculations on them. Right. Let's make some plans. Got a lot of instability. What's this? This has got bats. I'm sorry, bats? That has exclamation mark. That has double exclamation mark. All right, fuck it. We're going to bat country. We're going E5, E2, and then we're going to bat country. Extreme conditions. Fuck it. We're going raw. Exactly. I'm a turtle, not a scientist, damn it. Well, I mean, technically I do have a science degree, but that's a different matter. Actually, let me spec some things. I think I need some more. Have I got more schmooze? No, I don't have enough schmooze. It's raining. Friendly dumpster. Friendly dumpster does not want to give me things. I want to say something. Can I... I've never tried the blowtorch. Can I blowtorch my engine? I can. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Can I blowtorch my... Oop. Can I blowtorch my wheels? I can. I want everything in top condition before I go. More or less top condition. Well, yeah, I can identify Australian plants and animals with a certain degree of accuracy. I wouldn't say a high degree of accuracy, but a certain degree of accuracy. I think we're ready. What's in here? They prey on vehicles. It's like they eat them. Alright. Head for the mid-zone. Load. There was a place that was tagged that we had to go to. Dan Cheese, welcome in. How you doing? Hello. That's the one that they tagged. Okay, well, we're going here first. We're going to the place with the bats. We're going to bat country. Hello. Car, start. Actually, gas, yes. Battery, yes. Okay, we're ready to rock. I'm glad you're doing. It is better to do than to not do. That's what I wanted. I wanted my wipers. Are my wipers being shit? I think they are, but that's okay. About 70% accurate with bird identifications. I mean, again, that's probably, well, that's probably more accurate than I am with birds. I'm like middlingly. Well, it depends. Again, part of it's also regional. Like, if you expect me to be like, hey, identify these like birds from far north Queensland, I'd be like, no, because I'm not from this area. But in my local area, I'm reasonably competent in identifying a good chunk of birds. Not all of them, but a fair few. I'm probably better at frog calls. Ah, shit, I didn't fix one of my headlights. Damn it. The machine did not identify that for me. Okay, we're not going to worry about thingamajig, about energy. We're just going to drive. Yeah, pobblebonks. I don't actually have any pobblebonks locally, I don't think. For those of you who are not from Australia, a pobblebonk is a banjo frog.
Hey, driver. Sorry about all that mess with Oppie. There's no question. Oppie is a once-in-a-generation genius.
Do not my car, please.
Wavelengths with nanometer precision without batting an eye. So,
do not my car, please.
The sharpest person in the room to what she is now is disappointing. This
All right, grab this one.
Leeches away your sanity day by day. So for Oppie to live here in complete isolation, locked away with only bad memories and expired medication, nothing good comes of that.
I'd feel a hell of a lot better if I knew why she suddenly cares so much about the remnants.
Anyway, yes, so having interrupted Tobias and what's his face's nice chat with us, yeah, pobblebonks are eastern, well, for me at least, they're eastern banjo frogs, but they get their name from the noise they make, which is described as being like a thrumming sound. It's really more of like a like a tonk tonk noise, hence why they also called pobblebonks. They're a relatively small-sized frog, primarily ground and water dwelling, but But no, for me, what I get locally is usually a mix of Crinia signifera, which is Eastern Common froglet, and striped marsh frogs, which make it. I can't replicate the sound. It's basically the sound of like a wet tennis ball being hit. It's like a noise. It's like a really loud thwack noise.
You're not gonna like this, Francis, but I'm starting to think we can't do this alone. Look, it's not that I doubt our abilities.
Gas past the lightning tower.
Like that old man.
You heard what she said. She'll sabotage this remnant before helping us.
Right. Well, she'll come around to our charms.
No, she won't. Nothing in the 13 years we spent in R&D proof that she's open to working with anyone. She dug her heels in so deep that she wrestled everyone down into the grave with her. I can't be involved if she is.
They're gonna be all dead. I don't know.
What are you talking about? This is the entire reason we stayed behind, to write the record of the zone. Not about the experiments and the technology, but to tell the legends of the land.
I don't want anything to do with her.
We're gonna.
I don't want to talk to her. I don't want her advice. I don't want to hear her goddamn voice.
This isn't like you. What's going on, Francis? Is there something I should know?
Exactly, Francis. Tell us.
All your work in limb R&D, all the time you spent, your entire career, your entire
Trash
life.
can.
You sacrificed it all for Ada, and how did they thank you?
Growling grass frog? No.
With a black hole in your resume, where you can't tell anyone what you did. You couldn't even tell people where you wiped your ass for 10 years. So no, I'm not letting this go. Not for me, but especially not for you.
That's not...
So yeah,
Never mind.
I don't know if we have growling grass frogs locally.
How much did you stay here?
We do have a bunch of tree frogs, so I don't know if we have Litoria Aurea. Oh no, we do. We have there is a colony of green and gold bell frogs actually near my workplace, Litoria Aurea, which is they're actually quite endangered. Well, relatively endangered. They're less endangered than they used to be, because I remember they were one of the big cause du jours when I was a kid. Everyone was like, "Oh, green and gold bell frogs." We also have some various tree frogs around. We have Perron's tree frogs, grey tree frogs, brown tree frogs. I think dumpies. I think we get dumpy tree frogs. I don't know. I need to double check. I think we get whistling tree frogs as well. Which one's Litoria Phallax? I'm trying to remember. Is it the dwarf tree frog? I know we get a bunch. We have actually quite a few tree frogs here. On to the next zone. Yeah, I'm kind of speed running the zones because I want to get up to here. The Warrens. But yeah, and actually it's interesting. So I don't live west enough to get my favorite frog, but a friend of mine is saying that she might be doing some work out west to get to work with them. So my favorite frog is Notre Dame Benetti, the crucifix frog. They're wonderful little round boys, and they go woo. That's their call. They go woo. They're adorable little stinkers. They're primarily ground, so they're in the spadefoot frog family, Notre Dame. They're primarily ground dwelling. They go in water as well, but they are very much not arboreal. Through the wonders of convergent evolution, they are very similar to African rain frogs in terms of body layout. They're little chunky fellows. They have some very interesting little tricks up their sleeves. Oh no! Fuck off! Electricity. Yeah, there's some very interesting little tricks up their sleeves. For one, they are Australia's only frog to display episomatic colouring. So, for those of you who don't know, episomatic colouring is I put on the handbrake. Yeah, episomatic colouring is animals. Oh, why did the door not close? Episomatic colouring is when an animal has bright colours to display the fact that it is venomous or otherwise inedible. in Australia, that's pretty uncommon because A, most things tend to be kind of venomous, and B, where's the thing? I can't see shit. Maybe I should, hang on. Let's just bring out my torch. Really fucking annoying that the waypoint goes away when you reach it. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. Give me the audio record.
Here's what we know. Over 50 years ago, in November of
Oh, it's podcast
1946,
time.
Dr. Ophelia Turner was 27. She had recently returned home to the Olympic Peninsula to lick her wounds after a failed stint in academia. In a fit of obsession or redemption, or, quite frankly, both, she cobbled together a laboratory in her basement and produced
nice.
the first limb wave on nothing but a killer hunch and plain ingenuity.
Or so the story goes. It's never clearly stated anywhere what limb waves and limb technology really were.
Oh, that's right.
It's all vague claims and wild theories, dreams that border more on the mystical than the scientific. What we do know is that LIM stood for unlimited frequency. Radio waves, once souped up and modulated just right, supposedly enabled the control of matter in a way that modern science both back then and now could only dream of. After Dr. Turner's discovery,
She and a few friends, scientists and PhDs all, toyed with LIM in their garage labs for about 4 years. The local police and fire departments start making regular house calls, spurred on by increasingly disgruntled neighbors calling in about incidents that seem to grow larger and more disturbing as the years go on. After one too many reports, the federal government takes notice, and thus begins their severe
interest in LIM technology. The next part happens quickly. In 1955, the United States government seizes not only the physical area where Dr. Turner and her scientists live, but the entire concept of LIM technology. The area is at first evacuated under the pretense of safety, but quickly commandeered by the government. They establish a brand new department called ARDA, Advanced Resonance Development Authority, which was to be headed by Dr. Turner herself. Over the next 15 years, the government expands the zone's borders. They clear out civilians as they go and erect massive 500-meter walls to keep out an increasingly curious public. The zone started in the northernmost tip of the peninsula, then expanded outward twice.
Once in 1961, again in 1967, to the outer perimeter we see now.
Come on. Well, we are kind of stuck. This is frustrating. This is the second time actually third time I've done this. Oh, and here comes a storm. Exactly what I didn't want to see. Come on. Whoop. It's heckin' windy. Hang on, has this helped me? It has. Based storm. Oof. I've got a flat tire. Okay, let's go get that energy. Anyway, so what was I saying about frogs? Yes, aposematic coloring. So aposematic coloring is a funky little phenomenon where creatures that are venomous have color on them to basically show that they're venomous. We don't actually fully understand it. We don't know if it's a chicken or an egg thing, if it's they have the colors to show that they're venomous, or because they're venomous they can afford to have the colors. Because usually having bright colors attracts attention. So it may just be a case of we don't care about attracting attention because we know we can protect ourselves with venom. Or it may be a case of venom is for lack of a better word, biologically expensive. So, ow, fuck off. To the dungeon with you. Yeah, maybe it's a case of venom is biologically expensive in the sense of the effort and kind of biomass required to generate it. So it may very well be that instead of you know, being that they don't care, it's more a case of showing that they are venomous so that they don't have to waste their venom. But yeah, Notodon bonetti is the only frog species in Australia. So aposematism is pretty common in other frog species outside of Australia. Great example are dart frogs in South America, but it's not very common in Australia. Even with our snakes and other creatures, again, we don't tend to have very brightly coloured species, at least not on land. And Notodon bonetti is mildly poisonous. Its actual main defense is that it secretes a glue-like substance on its skin that it uses to basically gum up a predator's mouth. They also use it for hunting. They'll crawl on top of an ant's nest and coat themselves in the sticky stuff. And then when ants crawl over them, they're like, oh no, we're stuck to this frog now. And then the frog peels off its ant-covered glue and goes, delicious. Which is also just like Mike. I'm gonna go check that house, but I'm also going to get out this patch kit. I wish I had more patch kits, but I'm going to fix this wheel. It's giving me the shits. Oop-a-loop. Certified mechanic. How you doing, Mike? Are you doing better than you have been? Because I know the migraines have been hitting you hard. You've been doing too much heavy thinking. So instead, come into an Ando stream where all the thinking is done for us by the machine. Yeah, I know that. I cricked my back a little bit today just sitting. But thankfully have straightened things out. I'm doing okay. I mean, like, work is work. Oh, fuck you, electricity man. Be gone. Yeah, work is work. We're getting there. We're getting through it. It'd be nice if other people would get their act together so that I don't wind up having to do crap at the death, but that's okay. Oh, we got some air. Those things are kind of annoying, but they're worse when a fucking alien throws me onto them. What the fuck does overflowy implicit constant conversion mean? Machine responds with, fucked if I know. Don't ask me, I'm just a bot. Was this? Oh, this was that. That's all covered in that radioactive shit. Yeah, fuck that noise. Oh, that's a whatchamacallit, a bolt bunny or whatever they're called. I've been wondering if there's an interesting way around these wind shear motherfuckers. Clonk, clonk, clonk. Aha. Have you tried the ocean? In what regard? Like in general, or because, you know, as a large aquatic reptile, I can say I'm generally pretty familiar with the ocean. But if you're referring to the ocean as a specific product, then no. Cool. Let's go to the place with the bats. This has been our goal thus far, is going to the bat place as an interesting way around obstacles. kind of. I don't know if there is any ocean here at the moment. I mean, like, we are on the Pacific Northwest, we are on the coast, but I do not know if there's actually any ocean portions of the map. Obstacle in the ocean, swim up or down. Yeah, sometimes, kind of. Sometimes swimming up and down is not necessarily an option. Oh, it's fucking dark here. Oh god. Oh, that's what the bat means. The bat means eerie darkness. Oh, because there are fucking bats, I think. Or moths or something. The fuck is all that? What are these? Are these salamander eggs? Let me get my vac. Can I vac these up? Can I get more salamander coom? Exactly. Swim when there's no ocean. No, because in terms of like going up or down as an obstacle, that doesn't always work. And drift nets are a thing. And drift nets are usually colossally large. The other one's weird is ghost nets. Fuck ghost nets. So ghost nets are where you have like a fishing trawler or something and their net gets stuck on something, and so they decide, hey, fuck it, it's gonna take us too much time to fix this net, so they just cut it free and let it drift, which obviously is not good. Oh, is that a Healy bubble? Let's find out what this is. Cough box. Let me... What does it do? Difficult, you know, Okay. Okay, so it's like an acid cloud. Acid cloud, okay. Avoid the creepy acid cloud. Oh yeah, exactly, Mike. And I mean, like, to be fair, it would be great if people, shall we say, were responsible with disposing of their you know, waste. Because everyone does play a part, but yes, the shirking of responsibility by major corpos in favor of blaming the individual is fucking nonsense. Is this an anomaly or is this just a tree that moves? Okay, it's just a tree that moves. But yeah, the thing with ghost nets, the thing that makes ghost nets a problem is the fact that what happens is they just float around the ocean and they... Okay, that's distortion. So they catch marine life and kill it. And then they get so weighed down with dead marine life that they sink, right? And then all the marine life that they've caught rots, sufficient for the net to float back up. And that's why they're called ghost nets, because they disappear and then they come back. What the fuck are you? Twisted Ember. Recommended tool, hand vac. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that good tree juice. I have no idea what I use tree embers for. Coming out here in the darkness was probably a terrible idea. What was that? An anomaly I missed? Spike log. Rotten egg. Oh. I'm getting disoriented. I'm getting irradiated. Ah, I see. Good old crop errors. Where? Oh, there's a glowy thing. Can I scan you? Okay, those are moths. Moths. I love me some moths. Where's my impact hammer? I'm hearing... Oh, that's the big booger shooter. I need a... I got an impact hammer. No, I need a crowbar. Crowbar. No, okay, I don't have the parts for a crowbar. Unfortunate. One could say that, Mike. One could say water crop. Or a croc, depending on your disposition. Alright, time to go get some corrupted energy. Actually, I'm gonna scrap this car and get some scrap metal. But why would they? Why would they do that? I don't know. Vanillity? Actually, I was gonna talk about this, so... I don't know, I'm someone who generally likes to speak English correctly. And I know some people get antsy about like correcting other people on words or whatever. I try not to be a dick about it, but if people pronounce something wrong, I'll usually be like, hey, isn't it like whatchamacallit, like correct me if I'm wrong sort of thing. The weirdest thing I've ever heard is someone correcting someone else and correcting them wrong. And I know some people get antsy about other people correcting people over words. I know some people get very like, oh, you shouldn't just correct people, you know, just let them say what they want. I'm like, no, speak English properly. Yeah, I was in town on the weekend, and I heard a little kid refer to an escalator as an escalator, yeah, the proper way of calling the thing. And then a parent, like an adult, I presume his mother, proceeded to then correct him that it's actually said escalator with a D, not escalator with a T, and a small part of me inside died. A small part of me was like, no, it is in fact escalator. It escalates. It takes you to a higher location. It doesn't escalate. It doesn't cause an assault upon the premise. Ding. Oh, damn it. Something's fucking damaging my car. What is damaging my car? I don't know. We'll find out. Once I fucking broke down this door. Stolen. Oh, dumpster pearl. Yes. Yeah. That has to go in my hands because it's big. I'm getting irradiated. Radiation and my car's getting damaged again. Oh, what do you convert? You convert plasma to marsh eggs. I don't have any plasma, but that's actually kind of tempting. What have you got? You have, oh, lots of shit. Give me all of it. Even though I'm currently dying horrifically. I'm getting so irradiated out here. Alright, let's go. Let's get out. Skedaddle. Head back to the car. Avoid the horrible whispering things. Hang on, isn't it? Hold right. Okay, I thought it was hold tab. Nom. Exactly. There is no D. Oof. Okay. She's a little bit beat up. Let me... Patch kit. I need a patch kit. Let me... Oh. I can get in the car. We're driving. The thing has gotten more accurate. The big ugly bog tree has gotten more accurate. So I suspect that it's the case. I suspect as you sit there longer, it gets more accurate. Okay, what needs... It's this back rear tire. Okay, very good. Very good. Fix that. Low taunch. Low taunch. Very good. What the? Godzilla? What else needs fixing? Left panel, right panel, rear panel. Also, I'm running out of battery. Rear panel. Left panel. Yeah, Godzilla goes nuts for that blowtorching. Godzilla fucking loves that blowtorching. Actually, speaking of, I haven't seen the most recent Godzilla movie. Either of them, the Western or the Japanese one. I wanted to see Godzilla minus one or whatever. Ooh. Sap compressor. Fuck, I don't have an impact hammer. Can I make one? No, I don't need. I need gas cylinder. Can I try? I'm gonna bash it. Can I try? I can. I can grind it and I can bash it. Zzz. Yeah, I don't know. I felt the design in minus one looked fine. I think it was intentionally a return to kind of a more old school Godzilla, like one that's not especially over designed. Again, I didn't see anything particularly egregious with it, like compared to some of the other things lately, like The Flash or some of the other Marvel stuff, where like it's one of those things of like, you're Marvel, you currently are causing so many problems in the industry by requesting so much CGI, and like this is garbage. Like how can you be draining so much industry talent out and producing garbage? Give me them twisted embers. So I thought minus one looked fine. But again, haven't watched it, so can't say for certain. And like again, it looked like, again, very much a throwback to the classic Godzillas, which I kind of like. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't mind the idea of the Japanese going back to safe Godzilla, because again, I think there is meaning in returning to basic form, just to go and go, okay, we want to just have like, we want to go solid story, you know, good fundamentals sort of thing. Oh, that's the gate out, and kind of focus on that, especially compared to the American offerings, which I've been, now to be fair, I heard the most recent one was okay, but like again, the 2014 American Godzilla was arse. It was just fucking nonsensical. So I don't know. For me, I feel like a return to classic Godzilla, in my mind, isn't necessarily a bad thing. What are you? Oh, you're bubblegum buddies, aren't you? Come here. I want to suck you up. That's right. You're the sticky boys. God damn it! I need like, this is a problem. I don't have an impact hammer, and like everything here needs an impact hammer. But yeah, no, Shin Godzilla was great. I've been very appreciative of the Shin universe. Although people did criticize it's funny. So Shin Godzilla was very different from a lot of the previous Godzilla offerings, and some people were critical of that. And so it's funny, when he did Shin Ultraman is very similar to the storyline of the OG Ultraman. He did change it up a little bit and made it a little bit darker, but it is very much like the classic Ultraman storyline of, I think the only thing he changed about it was that he killed the main guy or whatever. So if you don't know OG Ultraman lore, Ultraman, oh fuck off. Come here, come here, come here. Can take the flares, you pricks. Yeah, OG Ultraman lore was aliens come to Earth, well, malicious aliens come to Earth. Young man gets killed in the process, and his body gets inhabited by the alien force of Ultraman, who is like, hey, I'm gonna fix your body, because Ultraman's like dying. He's like, I'm gonna fix your body, and give you the power of Ultraman. Why are there so many abductors here? I'm gonna drive past these fuckers and come back. It's like, I'm gonna give you the power of Ultraman, and so you can fight and defend Earth. And so it's very like 70s Japanese camp. It's very campy. And in my opinion, enjoyable if you can, again, tolerate camp. And the end of the OG Ultraman series was that, like, the Ultraman spirit essentially sacrifices itself to save Earth. But in the Shin Ultraman version, they basically made it so that, like, the guy dies and Ultraman, like, inhabits his body and is like, yeah, no, this dude is dead. Like, I am he now. I haven't watched Shin Kamen Rider yet. I want to. It looks very good, and people did go nuts over the trailer, although I don't know the Kamen Rider lore as much as some folks do. So also, I realize I'm kind of running through the dark at the moment. The reason why I don't have a light on is because I don't want to attract those fuckers. Is that the energy thing? It is. It is. Give me that. Unstable anchor. Let's go back to my car and maybe get some first aid kits out. Not gonna lie, it's a pretty surreal landscape running through here with all the black and the red. Ultraman is dead. All hail Ultraman. Actually, I thought the Ultraman Netflix series, season 1 was okay. Season 2 was kind of... Sorry, season 1 was good. Season 2 was okay, it was kind of weird. Season 3 I couldn't get into. But I thought conceptually, overall, they were doing some interesting stuff. First aid kit, thank you. And some MREs. Oh, fuck off. Fuck you. Fuck you, alien man. Hate these bastards. Fuck off. Handbrake on. Oh, great. Let's get this other unstable anchor. We're gonna need that power to get out of here. Oof. We'll go that one in a sec. I'm just gonna... Fuck off, do not... Ah, Bacon Apocalypse, welcome in. Yeah, exactly. The abductors, when they wouldn't fuck off. Oh, god damn it. I've lost 2 tires. It do be like that sometimes. No, I actually, is that what I wanted? No, I don't think it was. Anyway, what do I... First aid kit? No, I didn't want a fucking first aid kit.
Attention, employees and residents of PN26. This is broadcast 7750 from the Zone Regulatory Commission.
Did I make a ceiling? I thought I made a ceiling kit.
700 hours, all pneumatic tubes within sectors 2 and 8 must be closed and sealed for a period of 24 hours.
Okay, let's see what we go.
It may be expected that this closure will extend into the week.
Yeah, no, I'm familiar. I'm familiar with the idea that you can tell them to fuck off. Sir, I will be more conversational in a hot second.
Handbook for the location closest to you. All facilities within sectors 10, 11, and 12 are to be evacuated come sundown on Saturday, January 4th. During the
Yep.
evacuation
Oh.
period, we opt to scoot as much as possible.
Alright,
and
avoid
clear the
the spikes. Avoid those spikes. I am getting kind of beat up.
You are traveling to other sectors within this time. Report the location
Oh
of
no.
the conflict to the commission no later than January 7th.
Come on, let's make it. Because yeah, I did have the shock bumper or whatever, the bumper that makes people get off you. But I found it was way more fragile than my just regular steel bumper. Oof. Come on, let's go. We will fix everything when we get back. But yeah, last session I played, I got absolutely ruined by a bunch of abductors, because they picked me up and they threw me into a wind wall, and that wind wall fucking launched me down into a hole. I have tried the limb emitter as my front bumper. The only problem with it is I find that it's too fragile. It just gets wrecked by everything else. So I do have it. Oh, come on, don't kill me, damn it. Oh well. We tried. Oh, you can put it as a rear bumper? I thought that was kind of the point, was like you had to have it wherever they grabbed onto, and so usually I get grabbed on the front, so...
Right there. It's wild out there in the zone, huh?
Oh, fuck, I've lost like 2 wheels. Okay. Well, that's helpful. What have I got as spares? We'll spare summer tire. We'll put that on, just see if we can limp her in. Ah, okay. Interesting. I have been enlightened. Again, I thought the deflector shield thing was directional. I thought it had to be like... How do I explain this? I thought if you had it on the front of the car, it protected the front. If you had it on the back, it protected the back. So I put it on the front because that's where everyone always seems to grab me. Alright. I'm really annoyed that I was not adequately protected. Interesting. I have learned. I have been enlightened. Summer tire. I need off-road tires. Cool. Put some fresh tires on. Yeet. I think instead of going, our next goal was going to be head on into that flagged position on the map. I don't think that's going to be our next goal. I think our next goal is actually going to be just getting resources to repair the car. Oh, a steel door. How kind. Thank you, dumpster. Actually, I don't need a steel door, that's the problem. Oh, okay. Thank you for a bunch of... Okay, headlight will be useful. But I think there's a bunch of these things I don't really need. Okay. Yeah, no, again, I've found that's generally pretty effective. So having 4 off-road tires has been pretty good, although they're a bit beat up at the moment. And I found actually handbrake has been pretty effective at stopping them. But no, the one that just absolutely ruined me was the fact that again, they dragged me onto one of those lift walls, the ones that throw you in the air, and they yeeted me like halfway across the map into like a hole. Okay, don't drink the water. So that one fucked me because I was basically just in a hole with a whole bunch of shit on my car broken. Hang on. Where are we? Where's it? There we go. Yeah, well, that didn't do anything, but I didn't need doors anyway. Yeah, okay. The only problem with putting it in park is I have the auto parker, and that kind of, I don't know, messes with the auto parker's jam, because the auto parker just inverts exactly what you've done. So, for instance, at the moment it's in park, right? Now it's out of park. If I put it in not park and get out, it will now put it into drive. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I have things I need to figure out. Right, I've got wheels on my car. Do I have repair putty? No, I don't. I need chemicals. Dumpster, give me chemicals. That's duct tape. I don't need duct tape. I don't need doors. There we go, repair putty. Thank you. Plonk. I'm gonna put you in the repair chamber and just build a new one. Yeah, I've used it just because it was getting frustrating, in the sense that like I was having some shifter problems, and also, yeah, just times of getting out of the car to get stuff off the car, like bunnies and stuff like that, often meant that there was not enough time to put it into park. Should probably just take these out of the thing and anyway. I can stack those. I don't have parts lockers yet, and they don't strike me as particularly urgent because you can just stack shit. I do like this game for the fact that like when you're crafting, it will craft things from anywhere in your inventory, like anywhere in the garage. But it does kind of annoy me that some of the inventory management system is very much like take this thing out, walk over here, put it there. I love repair group. Engine's good. Yeah, you should have seen what happened last time I died. I came back and my whole damn engine was gone. Steel door, steel door. I don't need steel doors. Stop giving me doors. I have 4 perfectly good doors. Dumpster. Okay, did I lose all the crap that I'd salvaged? Mostly, I think. No, not all of it, but most of it. Which is a shame because I had a dumpster pearl in there. Oh well. I do not need these. Stop giving me doors. Okay, give me all them. Stop giving me doors. I don't need doors. My doors... Okay, that one's not fine. But... Give me putty. And I will fix the doors. Foolish game. Give me what I require. Open the thing. You're really insistent on the doors, aren't you? Well, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. What do I need? I need a new tire. That's the summer tire. I need a new off-road tire. There we go. Put a new off-roader on. Oof. I have seen bubblegum buddies. I've run into them in the mid zone. They kind of just stick onto things, but I haven't had them really stick me onto anything too egregious yet. Bronk, pull the lever. Okay, let's do some just quick shenanigans. For repair's sake. Right. Insulation, let's fucking go. Hey, how are you? You're fine. This will be interim. Panel, bumper. Are you front bumper? Needs a bit of work. But yeah, the rest can hold, I think. Actually. I got space in here. I do. Let's put our doors in here. I will accede to the dumpster's insistence that I take its goddamn doors. Yeah, the peculiar fuel tank's been relatively handy, just for the increased range, really. Ah, well, the dumpster's not being helpful anymore. Fuck you, dumpster. All right. So we're turning my nice car into a bit of a shitmobile. Or like, we're gonna do a quick run to go get some supplies. Huh, I wasn't aware I'd used that much gas. Oh well. Let me just check. How many fixes, diagnostics required. Visit friendly visit friendly dumpster, road flares, fuel can, battery jumper.
Hello out there, wide world of no one, because I don't know where anyone is, and I don't think anyone is listening.
Ah, large fuel can. Okay, steel bumper. Oh, I do have a steel bumper. I can swap that out. Oh well. In the meantime, let's go E7.
Some sort of strange rash, and I'm not talking about the kind you have fun getting. I don't know what it is, but it looks very odd.
Okay, thank you, whoever you are, strange person on the radio. Alright, the goal right now is go and get stuff so that we can fix car. Because ultimately this last run was a bit of a bust. Because I went to the other area to check it out because it had a little bat on the map and I didn't know what bat meant, but it turns out bat meant ominous darkness. Perpetual stability. Yes, this sounds much more like what I like to hear. Perpetual stability, happy, fun times. Okay. Mark the map. But yes, I take it by the sound of things, you played this game far more than I have, because I've streamed it a reasonable amount, but I'm still kind of making my way through it. I'm not usually the sort of person with games like this to really get too far into the whole I don't know, like depth of knowledge thing. You know, I'll figure stuff out, but oh, god damn it. New scrapper. Well. Looks like I won't be scrapping that car. Oh, pneumatic tube. Give me that tube. Oh, yeah, clip lab reports. I like that. I can put those in the fax machine. And fuel truck, which has nothing on it. But yeah, I've been mainly describing this game as Subnautica, but on land. Hang on a minute, did I? Oh no, I didn't lose him. Good. I was worried that I lost my Godzilla, my little Godzilla-y boy. Shipping container. What have you got for me? Fabric, which I don't really have an urgent need of. Anything else? Ah, yeah, okay, that's an interesting take on it. I hadn't thought Stalker. I mean, it has a little bit of that vibe. I guess because it's like an isolated zone. The only reason why like Stalker had never really clicked for me was that like there isn't enough. No cheeky bricky. You know, there isn't enough get out of here, Stalker. No one hates me. I mean, like Oppie is, you know, what's the word? Crotchety, but she's not exactly like, you know, trying to kill me. At least not right now. Ah, interesting. So I knew about Roadside Picnic as being an influence on Stalker. I didn't know it was an influence on this. But again, I haven't really looked into the devs and stuff on this. Like, again, I'm just playing the game. I'm one of those people. It's the same with bands, right? Like, if you ask me what a song is by a band, I can be like, oh yeah, this is such and such a band. But if you ask me like who the members of that band were, or like which members of the band actually write the songs, I'm like, I don't know. A band is a unit, not a, you know. I don't know the people who are in it. Not enough bigotry towards Slavs? I don't know. I mean, like, is it bigotry towards Slavs if those are also Slavs being bigoted towards Slavs. Suck my unit. I don't know. That's the thing. Like, again, Stalker is all just like various Ukrainians in Chernobyl. But yeah, I played a little bit of OG Stalker. Is Stalker 2 still happening? I know Stalker 2 was kind of happening, and then, well, the war in Ukraine happened, so Stalker 2 apparently is still being worked on, but has been delayed for various obvious reasons. There's my beacon that I wanted. Very good. Oh, fuck your wheelbarrow. Okay. Cloth, yes, exactly what I don't need. Yeah, I think that's probably true. But to be fair, I also take it pretty casually. Like, even with Subnautica, I was pretty, I wouldn't say slow, but I tend to be cautious. I tend to be very, like, make sure I stock up on, like, a lot of everything before I do stuff. I spend a lot of time gathering. I do not craft that much. Like, I know some people in Subnautica have, like, ludicrously elaborate bases and stuff. That's not really my jam. It's one of the reasons why I don't play Minecraft. I get very bored with the whole base building thing. Oh, it's one of those guys. Come and stick to my car. Come back here and stick to my car. Fix my car for me, damn it. Yeah, stick to my car. Stick to my car. Do it. Do it. Do it. I'm here. I love those little fellas. They fix my shit. What the? Oh. Okay. It does that sometimes, where it doesn't fully animate you getting out of the car, it just cuts to black, and it startles me every time. Oh, these pricks. I'm currently getting irradiated. I don't have a thing to break that. I do have a thing to break that. Yeah, and again, like, what's the thing? I work on my car a fair bit. That's what most of my resources have gone towards, is usually building my car or building other things to build my car. But it did mean, like, it took me a fair while to get through the wall, because I could have done more direct forays trying to get out to the wall, but I spent a lot of time kind of hanging around. Well, not hanging around, but like doing the periphery area to try and get more resources. Oh, chemicals. Lovely chemicals. This will allow me to make repair group. Valuable repair group. Yeah, this guy clearly has been blocking the animation when I get out of the car. Oof. Wait, was that three hours for the wall or 3 hours for the whole game? Because yeah, you will not see me complete any game in 3 hours. I am not a speedrunner. That's not my yeah, no, never gonna see me clear a whole game in 3 hours unless it's intentionally like one of those games that's built to be like No Snake Hotel, which like No Snake Hotel you beat in like 20 minutes. But yeah, no, I like to take my time. I like to ramble a bit. I like to wander. Oh, 31 hours. Okay, 31. chat cut that off. I saw only the 3 and was like, wow, 3 hours. Yeah, I think I'm more at like 54 at the moment, I think. But again, part of that's also because I'm here. So before stream, I'll often have the game running for a while. Free heals, fucking love it. So I'll have it like sitting in the background. So some of that has inflated my time a little bit. Yeah, I don't know if I'll 100% the game. I very rarely 100% games. I'm very lazy in that regard. I don't give a shit about achievements. I am impressed by people who do like the really insane ones. Like the weird one in Halo 3 where it's like you have to jump into like this very small area out in the middle of one of the multiplayer maps in order to get it. But yeah, I don't know. I know some people who do go nuts for achievements, but for me, I'm just kind of like, eh. Like, I would much rather play the game than concern myself over with that. Oh, all this good stuff here. All the stuff I need. Thank you for gas cylinders. Thank you for chemicals. Can I get up here? Fuck off, abductor. I have no time for your bullshit. No, I cannot get up here. Yeah, that's fair. And I can kind of get... What was it I did along the way? I did that for something else. Oh, yeah, the immersion break. See, I feel like they could do it in an immersive way, though, because that's the other thing as well. Because, like, achievements, for the most part, aren't regulated inside the game. They're usually regulated as an external thing, like it's a Steam thing. Which is something I think could perhaps be done better in that, like, a great example is Skulls from Halo, where it was like, you unlocked skulls for doing certain things, and they gave you a benefit. You could redeem them for, you know, some sort of thing, and it was usually like a modifier to the game. It was like, you know, infinite ammo mode, or make the game more difficult mode, like all sorts of stuff. Fuck off, all these abductors. Fuck off. I'm just gonna park my car up here in this and get it charged. And that's a far more immersive kind of thing in that it's something that actually gives you tangible benefit, whereas Steam achievements feel... Okay, I'm up here now. It's over Anakin. I hold the high ground. But no, the point I was getting at is that, like, achievements are essentially something that's tacked on by Steam. That's why there are achievements in games that are old enough that they didn't have achievements on launch. At another point that I was going to get to. Yeah, I think there are some games that they could do it in a much more immersive manner. There is a game that is coming out soon that I want to play. I'm trying to remember what it's called. It has a very much, like, 1980s anime aesthetic. Like, very, like, Ghost in the Shell sort of thing. But the plot of the game is it's like, you're a cyber assassin. You're a live streamed cyber assassin. You have to kill enough people in a short amount of time in order to get likes. Otherwise you die. And I feel like that could do achievements in a very integrated way because of the fact that it fits the whole aesthetic. The idea of, like, getting this little pop-up in-game telling you, like, hey, kill a bajillion dudes. Okay. Again, I haven't played any of the Risk of Rain games, so I can't say for sure. I have played Risk of Rain 0 through 0. What else can we have a look for at here? Oh, am I being abducted? Or is my car just being blown along? My car is just being blown along, it seems. Bajillion big guys. Why is there a bajillion big guys, Avatar? Explain this to me. It's fucking windy. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Give me my Healy boys back. Come down here and fight me, you pricks. Fuck it. Did I say bajillion big guys? I don't think I did. See, I haven't gotten that far because I don't think I've actually figured out how to tell what routes have what resources. I kind of just pick it based off of what is currently available, because it's usually based off what areas have instability or not. It's a receiver. What do you make? You turn gears into road flares. I have no need for any of that. Yeah, fuck this place. Right. Where's my car? There's my car. Alright, next location. I mean, that is technically a mistruth there, that is technically a mistruth there, Avatar. Because Ando does not eat flan. Ando ain't really a dessert guy. Oh yeah, I probably should have done introductions. For those of you who are new here, hello, my name is Takama Ando, or Ando for short. M Turtle. M Turtle, who is not good at driving his car. Yeah, road flares are handy. I haven't actually used them that much. I've started using them more. Mainly on account of the fact that, I don't know. Well, one, I didn't know that you could distract things with them, and two, I'm just more confident groping around in the dark than most. Which probably isn't great for chat. It's really not great for people watching along being like, why is Ando just at a blank screen? Like, why is it just fucking black? But it's how I have conducted myself, fucking tourists. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, semi-regular viewer? Avatar's one of our OGs. Oh, I use them for light. I use them for light. I also use them for distracting things, but eat some spam. Not really a spam guy either. I do have a rechargeable road, or a relightable road flare, or whatever it's called, the upgraded one that I use occasionally. But again, usually I just run around in the dark. I use the barbarian sonar technique of just yelling at things. Just go, ah! So what does this get me? This gets me question mark on everything. It gets me question mark on everything. It has... I can't go there anyway. So what have you got? As radiation... What have you got? You have battery drain. I don't want that. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard good things about spam. Like, a lot of people say, oh no, spam's way better than you think. You know, toast some spam and put it on sushi or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I think I'll do without. I can live my life without the spiced ham. And also, I think the problem with spam for me is its texture thing. It just feels gelatinous. It feels like I'm eating, again, reconstituted meat. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Well, it depends. Are you sure it's not pretending to be anything other than it is, Mike? Because, I mean, like, that's the thing. So spam is, in theory, short for spiced ham. But I don't think I've ever tasted spam and been like, this is some spiced ham. Like, maybe it's just me, but I've never had spam and been like, oh yeah, this is definitely some flavorsome, like, flavorsome spam, you know? Ah, okay. Is there a... Does scanning stuff get you... Oh, okay. Again, there's clearly a lot about this game that I don't know. And I will probably continue to, like, spam and grope around in the dark. Let's get some bulbs. Bulb. What the... Oh, inventory full. Okay. Let me do some storage. I did have a system in terms of where I was storing things, but that's gone out the window. Where is my bulb? It's my bulby boy. Come here. Probably need to build a new vac at some point. This one's been with me for some time. Yeah, I think that's kind of true, Mike. And also, like, again, the other, how do I put this? Not just like Asian cuisine, but like a lot of that, I guess you could say Pacific cuisine. Because the thing with spam was, it was sent with a lot of the U.S. Army and stuff during World War II in the Pacific, and also was food aid afterwards in the Pacific. So that's why it's such a big thing in like Hawaii and Samoa and stuff like that. So a lot of folks there swear by spam. But again, it's one of those ones where for me texturally it just doesn't do it. It feels too gelatinous. It turns bulbs into electronics. I don't need that. Well, again, like, when there's not much food because there's been a war on, and, you know, your country's been invaded, and then suddenly you have a whole bunch of food that's become available because it, you know, the US Army's just been like, oh, sure, here, have this. I don't know, like, it gets integrated, it becomes part of the food culture. It's the same with a whole bunch of those islands after the war absolutely ruined their reefs, because there was all the explosives left over. And the US Army didn't want to bring back, and so they were like, yeah, dynamite fishing, it's great, inadvertently ruining all of their reefs. Fucking Electro Boy, I hate those things. I don't know about that, Mike. I think it took a while. I think it took probably like the 1980s for that to actually kick in. Well, yes and no, it depends. If they were British, because the British discovered curry and were like, oh, I love a curry. But like sushi, like if you tried to introduce sushi to a white person back in like the 1960s, unless they were, you know, one of the rare people who were very experienced with going to Japan, they'd probably be like, what the hell is this? Raw fish and rice? What the fuck are you trying to have me eat? Are you trying to kill me? But the 80s was really when the whole Asia boom kicked off in a lot of ways. There were some Sinophiles. Really? Spam was special for you guys, Avatar? Like, there were some Sinophiles at various points. One of the reasons why the US provided so much support for China in the 30s when they got invaded by Japan was because Roosevelt had a bunch of Sinophiles in his cabinet who were like, hey, we should really help China. China's really important. I really like China. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a difference between exoticism and, you know, being interested in something new and exciting. You know, I think exoticism would be, I guess you could say, like a fetishization of it. You know, the idea that, and again, people do it a bit with Japan at the moment. Still, is the whole like, you know, oh, Japan, it's such a good country, it's so perfect, like nothing is wrong there. Whereas in truth, Japan, like any other place, has its problems. Where was I going with this? I had a thought. But I can understand the appeal of being like, hey, this place is different and new, and wanting to experience that and, you know, appreciate it. I think part of the big thing, I don't know the full gist of it. I'd have to look into it more, but I know historically part of the reason why there was the boom in interest in Japan in the 80s was because of economic reasons. Japan very much kind of came into its own economically, and also the yen. There was some stuff with the economic power of the yen which made it very favorable in terms of exchange between US dollar and yen, which is one of the reasons why a lot of yuppies got very into Japan. Yeah. I mean, and yeah, I'll agree with you on that one, Mike. That one's frustrating. I think the independent elements of that I have no qualms with. Because again, like, I could understand someone watching only Hololive JP even if they don't speak Japanese, because they're like, hey, I don't fully get it, but I find the girls amusing. Or guys, if it was Holostars. Like, I can kind of get that if it's like, hey, I don't really understand what's going on from a language perspective, but they do funny things in games. But again, I think once again, it's the amalgamation of attitude and action. The problem isn't that people do a certain thing or think a certain thing, it's that they think a certain thing and do a certain thing. Oh yeah, the Japan bubble in the 80s funded so many crazy OVAs. Well, part of that was also, that was kind of like how you made a name for yourself back in the day. Like a great example is Iron Skin Panic Maddox, which is an anime that I quite like, that I have a copy of. They did a Blu-ray release of it like a year or two ago. And because the original cells for it had actually been missing for years, and they finally found them. They were like, we're doing a Blu-ray release. It is not a particularly good anime. It's not an anime that I would be like, yeah, this is a phenomenal, to truly understand this era, you should really watch this, genre-defining thing. Really, it was kind of just the director showing off his skill at mechanical design. It was him being like, look at me draw cool mechs, but that was the point of it. It was, you do an hour-and-a-half long OVA to say, look at how I draw cool mechs. You should hire me to do other things with cool mechs. Huh? Is this a Maddie raid that I sense? It is. Hello. Give me a second. I'll be with you. Paradoxa and Sachi, welcome in. I'll be with you in just a second. I'm running around in the wilderness, driving my Pacific. So I went there. I did the thing. Where's my car? Anyway, let me pause real quick, and I'll do the. Hang on. It's, hopefully I can do this right for once. Goyle. Did that work? Did it work? Yes. Still playing Fire Emblem. Yes, that game that I have not played, but I know that there are characters from it. such as Marth and Roy and other character that's in Smash Brothers. Am I driving, son? I am occasionally driving. I'm crashing a lot. I don't know. Are we discussing deep societal racism? I thought we were just doing what I usually do, which is shit talk and attempt to make it seem deep. But again, I think it boils down to my opinion on a lot of things, Mike, which is just balance in all things. I'm doing good, Maddie. I'm doing relatively good. I'm enjoying stream today. How are you? How was the Fire Emblem? The game that I've not really played very much of. Weeb's bad. I mean, not really. Again, Weeb's one of those funny things. Because Weeb is it originated as a word with no meaning, and in a lot of ways continues to be a word with no meaning. Oh, fuck off, abductor. I ain't dealing with this today. Oh, that's weird distortion-y bullshit. Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Maddie. Deep for a bunch of white people. White people can be deep. I was gonna say, like, we had Descartes. We had one. We were allowed to have one deep. Yeah, that's true. But again, that's true for a lot of things. Like, there are many expectations of cultures that you can only get through media. Our exposure to things is limited. I think the real thing is just making sure you have enough openness in your brain that when you actually experience the culture, you go, this thing that I had anticipated was incorrect. What are you talking about, Mike? You're an incredibly deep soul. It's what causes all the migraines. It's because you don't have enough structural supports in your depth. You need to shore up the minds of the mic. Weebs terrify you. How so, Sachi? What fear did the weebs bring in you? I'll be honest, weebs don't scare me. VTubers scare me. And I am one. There are some VTubers out there who are horrifically talented and horrifically motivated, and I'm like, how do they do it? How do they do the things? Exactly. Mike Ox small because Mike brain big. Oh, it's doing the thing. All right, I hope you have a good night, Maddie. Take it easy. And yeah, I didn't really do a great intro because there's a lot going on, but yeah, Raiders, if you kind of need to go dip and sleep and do all the things that you need to do to actually live a productive life, by all means do so. If not, strap yourselves in, get comfy. I hopefully won't die this time. Oh, the usual fear of being called a slur? Okay, I guess. Again, I've never really met any weebs that were like that way inclined. I feel like it's one of those things. I don't think. I know some people tend to say, oh, certain hobbies attract a certain kind of person. I'm not sure if I agree, in the sense that, like, you know, Hitler liked to paint watercolors. Hermann Goering was infamous for his love of toy trains. Even, you know, the worst people on the planet have hobbies. I don't think, maybe with some small exceptions, most hobbies don't necessarily attract a certain type of person. So yeah, most weebs I've met have generally been cringe, but inoffensive. Yeah, and that's fair. And again, this is those other funny ones as well. Being problematic, and so Mike's hobby is being a man. Is that it, Mike? Mike's hobby is patriarchy. Fuck, I don't know why I said that. I don't want to get into that. I'm no. Tonight's Ando stream will not be me discussing feminist theory. But yeah, no, I can understand that. Where was I going with this? I know how to mass loot. I just very rarely do it because my brain automatically kind of just goes, just click everything, if that makes sense. Like, I know how to do it. I just don't have the reflex to do it, if that makes sense. And people have raised this before on game and been like, just push the mass loot button. And I'm like, I could do that, but brain go clickety clickety click. Brain go click 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 click. I had a thought, but I forgot where it was going. Yeah, so weeb. I feel like the word weeb is a funny one because depending on your age, you may or may not know where weeb actually came from. So the term weeb originated from a comic, right? And it had zero meaning. Which was literally the point. It was basically the comic was like stick people, and one person goes like weeaboo, and the others look at him and go like weeaboo and agree weeaboo, and then just start paddling him, right, for being a weeaboo. And it was never defined what weeaboo meant. It was just supposed to be a generic word that was despised and incurred punishment. And it kind of became associated with people who overly liked Japanese culture and anime and stuff on the 4chan and other places. So it was a word that started with no particular direct meaning, and again has become in some ways so overused that it continues to have no real particular direct meaning. Now let's go get. I still don't know. I don't know why I'm getting all of the energy, but I will go and get the energy. How do you like my new Survey Corp jacket? Is it totally kakoi? But again, I think part of it is attitude, because like, for instance, I studied Japanese when I was in high school, and part of my, well, there were two reasons why. Part of it was when we started, so in Australia, you have to do a certain number of hours of language study in school. And so at my school, you did 1 year of French in year 7 and then 1 year of Japanese in year 8, depending, they alternated it depending on year groups and things like that. But you had to do like a year's worth of each, and I did not like French. French was not a language that got on with my brain, but Japanese made sense to my brain, like the way the Japanese structure sentences in terms of being like thing, verb or whatever. That made sense to my brain. My brain went, yes, I like and agree with the way that this language works. And also because I was a bit of a weeb and I liked anime, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go and study Japanese, which is what I did. And, you know, part of it was I'm a weeb and I like anime, but part of it was also like, okay, as I learned more Japanese, I learned more of the culture and learned to appreciate more of it. But fuck off, alien man. So I learned to appreciate more of it and kind of, I don't know, develop beyond my initial weebery. Yes, Sprechen de Deutsch. Okay. So I don't know if they offer, so you can do sign language as an extracurricular in some places. I don't know if sign language is offered as a primary language for high schools. The other one as well is that the language you can do depends on what your school offers. So my school only offered Japanese and French. There were a couple other people who did some other things. I had a friend who did German by extension, like she had to take external classes for it. I also had a friend who did advanced Korean because she was from a Korean background. But for a lot of those classes, you had to be from like a certain, lack of a better word, background. Like she was only allowed to do advanced Korean because she was from a Korean background and could speak enough Korean, because otherwise they'd be like, hey, you'll like, don't come here knowing no Korean and waste everyone's time trying to learn Korean when you don't actually know Korean, sort of thing. My friend at the moment is teaching herself Swedish. I only know a handful of random Swedish words I picked up on the internet, such as nej, inte arbetsförmedlingen, which means no, not the employment center. And nästa mal, which means like next one or something like that. And what else? I know nubjur, which is platypus. And I know nubjur, Harry the platypus. The other one I know is slut, which is like end or whatever, or finish. One of my favorite Swedish words, because when you watch a Swedish film and it ends, it just comes up at the end and says slut. I see. Whomst would that be, Sachi? Elaborate further. Educate this poor turtle. Banhada. Okay, I don't know who they are. I will have to look into that person. Niji. Okay, yeah, I don't watch a whole lot of Niji Sanji VTubers. Again, I don't watch a huge amount of bigger VTubers. I watch a couple. And I used to watch a lot of HoloLive, so I've talked about this before. HoloLive, EN were the ones who really got me into VTubing, because I was aware of the JP HoloLivers, but it was kind of, again, in the opposite vein to what Mike was saying earlier. I don't really speak fluent Japanese, so I was like, I can see clips of stuff where people have done translations, but this is gonna hurt. Yeah, I can watch clips, but I have yet to really, you know, watch a stream of Japanese HoloLive and fully enjoy it. So I was aware of them, but not really kind of immersed in it. And it also helped that a lot of the HoloLive JP people, EN people, particularly Calliope Mori, she streamed at times that was very convenient for me. She usually tended to stream around about 9 to 11 p.m. Australian time, which meant that I'd like put on a Mori stream and paint models or something. Like I had something to listen to while I was doing stuff. And then I branched out into some other folks, a lot more of the indies and stuff like that. So Niji Sanji kind of like passed me by because they kind of became, I guess, well-known here in like the English-speaking world after I'd kind of passed into more indie spaces. Because I don't watch a lot of the big ones anymore so much. I do a little bit, but part of it's also timing. Like HoloLive EN kicked off in the middle of COVID when, you know, people had time to do things. And because I was working from home in COVID, yeah, that's fair. I found for bigger streamers, I'm not really active in the community so much. Ando is a bit weird. Ando is not a community guy in a lot of ways. Because I know a lot of people have stories of being like, yeah, I used to go to like conventions and stuff, and I had a whole bunch of convention friends, and I was on the convention scene, and I knew all these people who did conventions. Nah, I went to conventions a lot, but I didn't have any friends. Well, because I had friends, and I would drag them to conventions, but I never really got into the scene of anything. Oh, my spine. What is here? Brownie face. Swamp. Sure, why not? Fuck it, we ball. Yeah, and that's true. Because again, sometimes communities do get a little bit weird. Oh, dead end, do not enter. Whoops. Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind Pikami or Hanya, but again, it's one of those things where I just don't usually have the time to watch their stuff. And again, never really got into the oh well. Guess I'll die. So wait, is there just no way out of this, or? Yeah, again, I think it depends. So I can agree on some of the bigger communities. It can be a bit like that, like an Iron Mouse stream. It really does feel like a lot of people just screaming into the void, and you know, that's fine. If that's what people want, that's what people want. That's fine. But I think it depends. I think streamers do have. I know that claim of like, oh, streamers don't have any influence on their community or whatever. I think that's false. Oh, that's right. This is one of the things that heals you. I think that's false. I think streamers do have a certain level of influence on how they build their community. Heal me. Fix my wagon. So there are some streamers I really do enjoy, and I talked about this when I did my my anniversary stream. So like Nio and to a certain extent Juniper, I think, have done really good jobs of actually kind of building a community where people kind of come and want to hang out. So it does feel like you are kind of there a bit. Junie can be a bit of an acquired taste, and I think she has intentionally set this up. She's referred to it as filtering. She's kind of gone like, hey, I'm at a stage now where I can just be intentionally weird and be like, go more extreme on the Bug Girl designs, to filter out the people I don't want in my community. Like, you know, the people who are, you know, not fully committed to the Bug Girl agenda. Oh yeah, no, her models are very good. It's one of those things where she's cracked enough that she puts a substantial amount of effort into her models, and I think it was one of the big reasons why she blew up and why the community does go as hard as they do. So like, I do think she's genuinely very creative. She said before that, and again, this is going to be Ando Oshi ranting once again, but she's kind of said before, she goes, oh, I don't think I'm very like innovative. I disagree. I think she does a lot of interesting stuff because she goes, I don't see other people doing this, so I'm going to do it. But like Nio, who I also really like, I think she has a really good community. I hang out in a lot of Nio streams, mainly because of the fact that she streams often at times that are convenient for me in Australia. Ooh, okay. I think I got one of the weird church things at one point. I don't, okay. Am I missing something? Am I missing something, Mike? Because you blanked whatever the name is. Are we referring to a certain person or a... Anyway. And again, yeah, I generally prefer to keep things relatively comfy and not talk too much smack. Car, can you stop flashing into headlights and beeping? I think I've developed a new quirk. I think I've developed a quirk where it's like when car is perked, headlights flash and Ando dies. What is... That's a floaty boy. I'm gonna go and scan that. Is this a turncoat junction? I have no idea. Shaggy Scrambler. And again, like, I can get it, Mike, as well. Like, I get it. There are times out there on the internet where people do things that are frustrating, and voicing said opinions is easier than keeping them to yourself. Because while I won't be doing anything particularly direct on Thursday, I will be kind of talking about my current annoyance with the state of certain discourse on things. Mainly in the sense that I'm annoyed that, like, Twitter and YouTube have become very negative places for certain things, but no real good reason. Like, it's basically just become the algorithm rewards negativity, therefore everyone is negative. Bread tubers go hard. I mean, wouldn't that be saying bread tubers go stale? Can I go in the water? I can go in the water. I mean, I agree with you in the sense of what's left of... What, was there stuff on these? Okay, there was. I got swamp coral. Oh, do these guys, like, retract? Do they hide from me? These guys like hide when you're close enough to them. I'm in the swamp coral. It's shy, I see. Give me all the shit. Give it to me. And yeah, I mean, I get what you mean by what's left of it. It's weird. YouTube... What the... Fuck off. Get vacuumed, you motherfuckers. Get off my car. Anyway. Oh yeah. Sorry, what? Official Madoka dress. Elaborate further, Sachi. Oh, actually, I told this story before. The most absolutely committed weeb energy I've ever seen was when I was on the Isle of Skye in Scotland. So the Isle of Skye is very Scottish because of the fact that it's a tourist trap and lots of, like, people go there to get the Scottish experience. So, like, you go to Isle of Skye and in the morning there will be, like, easily like 3 or 4 pipers just randomly around the place playing bagpipes, right? Like just tuning up and, like, you know, in full kilt and everything, you know, like, you know, fucking everywhere. So I'm in the Isle of Skye and I see this dude walk down the street. He would have been like maybe late teens, early 20s, full, and I mean full ReZero drip. He had like Rem cargo pants, Rem t-shirt, Rem satchel bag. Like, this guy was dripped out with his waifus. Fuck off, car. Cease. Oh, I will have a look, Sachi. I will look. I mean, by personal preference, I'm not really a dress wearer, but I will have a look at it. But yeah, this dude like was just big dick weeb energy. My car is beat to shit and I'm probably gonna die. And yeah, and actually this is the thing. I think I've talked about this before. It does cause me to despair a little bit, the lack of, like, good dudes nerd stuff. Actually, I'll show this off on Thursday. So, like, you know how there's brands like Black Milk? So for those of you who perhaps aren't aware, for those of you who don't pay attention to women's fashion, Black Milk is a brand that's been around for ages now. They've been around for like 10 or 15 years, and they do a lot of like tasteful, nerdy stuff, like, you know, Doctor Who themed stuff, or like Lord of the Rings themed stuff, or like Harry Potter themed stuff, even though I'm not particularly a fan of Harry Potter or the author. You know, lots of different things, and it can vary from like, you know, full, you know, Harry Potter house themed outfits to like, you know, like my friend has a very tasteful Lord of the Rings dress. It has that, like, the map of Middle Earth on it. But, you know, if you didn't know that it was Lord of the Rings, it would just look like a very nice skater dress, right? And that's one of the things that does cause me to despair a little bit, is that, car, what are you doing? Yeah, I find that, you know, again, there are some brands that are, you know, very good for women folk, of giving them clothes that is both like tasteful and nerdy, but for guys it's really just like, hey, here's a printed graphic t-shirt with like your waifus on it. Unless you're willing to shell out for like a lot of money for like the limited edition JoJo's Bizarre Adventure themed suits, which did absolutely fucking slap. So I kind of, yeah, I wish there was some more unique but tastefully nerdy stuff for us male presenting folks. Because I did pick up, so I'm a huge Zoids nerd. I've talked about this previously. Car, fuck you, car, come back here. Interesting avatar. So like, what do you mean by stitch for hidden logos? And like, it's got a little like Superman S in it or something like that. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. That's kind of fun. Is there a stabilizer here? I don't know. I don't think there is. I think I might just die. Batman logo on the back, I see. Ah, cool, M-Rage. I'll have a look. But yeah, I'm a huge Zoids nerd. No, you're correct, Mike. Nothing does beat that. But I'm a huge Zoids nerd, so I picked up the limited edition 40th anniversary watch that they did in collaboration with Seiko. Yes, it cost me like $1,000. No, I don't regret it. Because it was like a late 30th birthday gift for me, even though it's been like a year since it was my 30th birthday. I got it for myself. But yeah, it looks tasteful. And this is the thing, I showed my parents and they were like, oh, that's a really nice watch, and did not realize that it was nerd related until I kind of explained it to them. Yeah, that one's very true, Avatar. It would be pretty easy to do that. I also feel like that's a little bit of a cop out if it is just a like, oh look, it's a polo shirt with an embroidered like Batman logo on the chest or something. I'm like, I need something maybe a little bit more elaborate, but but I find this is true for a lot of stuff. Like, again, as I said, so friend of mine who has the Lord of the Rings skater dress, she has a very tasteful wardrobe of like pseudo-goth, pseudo-punk stuff that she wears to her job. Like, she is a professional, she works in government, and has stuff where she's like, oh yeah, this is like a bit goth, a bit punk, but it goes nice with like a business pencil skirt and like, you know, some like formal looking, you know, earrings and stuff. Oh, Is this the Apocalypse Church? So she can kind of get away with it. Which is a bit frustrating, because like for guys, the similar equivalent is your choices are: do you wish to be a hacker from the Matrix circa 2000? Do you want to be hacker, like, do you want to be a pirate, or do you want to be a vampire? Like, those are your choices. Ah, Necromata Studios, VTuber inspired button down. I'll have a look at that. Okay. See, here's Sachi, like, just here improving Ando's wardrobe. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, I probably do need to update my wardrobe. There, some parts of my wardrobe have gotten worn out. Like, usually there's a. Fuck do you want? Stop running away. Why are you doing this to me, car? But yeah, some bits of my wardrobe are just getting worn out, so I kind of need some replacements and things. Just have Ahagao socks. You wear your business suit, and then you got just Ahagao socks, and you just pull your socks up, your pants up to show the face. Fuck off, sticky boys. I don't know, it's a bit like that. Oh, actually, who was it? Both Nio and Vivi recently released hoodies, and I was kind of tempted to pick them up, but at the same time I have too many hoodies, so I was like, that's the other thing, is I'm very practical when it comes to clothing. In that, you know how some people do the whole, like, I already have one set of shoes, but I'll buy another set of shoes because these shoes are different. I'm like, no, I have one pair of like running shoes, I have one pair of like nice shoes, I have one pair of work shoes. I don't really go for doubling up on things. Where was I going with that? I had a point. Yeah, I don't really tend to have, like, aside from like t-shirts and stuff, I don't really tend to double up on things in my wardrobe. So yeah, getting hoodies when I already have a bunch of hoodies, I was like, I can't really justify this. And there is some VTuber merch where I've been like, man, that looks really good, but I would not wear that in public. Some of it is good, some of it is tasteful, but there's been some where I'm like, that is far too much cleavage for me to be willing to wear on my chest in public. See, I don't have warm and cold weather work shoes, I just have work shoes. Now here's a question, can I get the hell out of here? But I have talked about this. If I could ever get a company to agree to do it, if Ando could ever get around to getting merch done, I would love to get the Ando jacket done. I would love to get this done as merch, because I would wear this like just a nice brown leather jacket with some like orange accents up on the epaulets. Like I'd wear the shit out of that. Let's see, can I get out of here? Or am I just doomed to roam until I die? Exactly, the Jando. Yeah, there's a couple of different things I kind of want to get done. But that's the problem, is like, I'm actually really bad. I'm bad with merch ideas for myself. I'm great with merch ideas for other people. So I don't know if I've told this story, but ages ago, so I don't know if he's actually doing anything with the design or not, but ages ago Sin had like a magic girl design she was working on, and I was suggesting to her at one point she should get lenticular cards done. So for those of you who don't know what lenticular cards are, they're like those little things you used to get in like chip packets back in the day where you move them and the image changes. I was saying, like, Sin, you should get one where it's like Sin on one side and then Magical Girl Sin on the other, and as you move it, it like changes between the two. So I come up with ideas for other people's merch. Terrible at coming up with ideas for my own merch. The only two things I've ever really thought of was A, the jacket, or B, the Booba mouse pad, but it's the orbs instead. I'd buy the Booba mouse pad, but it's orbs. My car's probably got like a shit ton of fucking quirks now. Hate that. Hate that. So I can't get out of here, I don't think. I think I am really and truly fucked. Ugh, great. Yeah, perhaps. I mean, I do love me some orbs. Fuck it, we ball. We'll go all the way down there. Probably gonna die though. Feeling like I should have planned this out maybe better. But planning is not my strong suit on stream. I know people refer to it as like VTuber brain rot, but it's not really brain rot. It's more just the fact that there's so many things pulling your attention on stream. Like there's chat, there's OBS, there's, you know, all the things pulling your attention. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna fuck around, find out, and die a lot. And I do really envy some of those people who can have that like laser focus on what they're doing when they're streaming. Like the people who play chess and are just like, oh yeah, so I'm just gonna make this move here and I know what I'm doing, and oh yeah, okay, he's gonna move here, so it's gonna be an easy counter to that. I would not be able to both talk to chat and like do something like that. Particularly not chess. Ando is not good at chess. Ando isn't bad at chess. Ando just does not know the strategy of chess. So Ando makes moves that he thinks is a reasonable move, and then his opponent is like, haha, I have cunningly baited you into the Sicilian death trap, where now that you've done this, I will move my knight this ways and sever 3 of your fingers. Yeah, I could do that. So what we might do is we might go over here and get this shit and try that. Ando vs. Sin Angry Chess. I don't know. See, here's the thing, right? I feel like I would get my shit wrecked playing against other people in chess. But I feel like yeah, and actually no, maybe it would be, I don't know. I feel like I don't know enough about chess, and Sin, I don't know if Sin knows anything about chess at all or not. She might be actually like a goated chess player. But my point is, it's like we might be just 2 people who know nothing about chess, such that like we just kind of fumble around until one of us wins. Like no one really gets angry. All right, I think we will abandon trip. Sure. Ugh. I don't know if she'd scream at me the whole time.
Wow, that car is one heck of a safety net.
Yeah, you sure about that? I mean, I feel like Sin would scream at me to get off her dick if it was like 2-player chess. If it was some weird thing where it was like she got half the pieces and I got half the pieces and we were playing against 2 other people who had the same thing and we had to like communicate under limited circumstances. In that case, I think she'd be like, get off my dick. But just playing chess, I don't really care about it. Hang on, headlights. Flickers. I mean, I'd act really smug about it anyway. That's the way to play any game. Yeah, well, some people have built diff, some people have the tism. Like, again, I know some people who can just lock in and do that laser focus. Some of it is also practice. Like, I've gotten much better at managing my brain between chat and everything the longer I have been streaming. Which is, again, part of the reason why I started streaming. It was actually kind of nice. A friend of mine did recently say, she was like, oh yeah, you've gotten like way better at talking on stream as you've been doing it, which is nice. So that was part of the goal, baby. But yeah, some people definitely built diff. Hang on. But it also depends, because, like, this is the other thing as well, Avatar, right? Like, playing games with people you know can be fun, but part of it's also because you know them, you play differently. So great examples with, like, tabletop stuff. I tend to play relatively cautiously when I play tabletop stuff. Fantano with hair? What? Don't lie to me, Sachi. Fantano's never had hair. He was born bald and he'll leave this world bald. But yeah, so when I like play tabletop stuff, right? You know, when I play against people I don't know, I tend to be a lot more cautious than when I play against people I do know. So I was playing against a friend of mine on the weekend in Necromunda, and we kind of know each other relatively well in terms of how we play. So every time we play, it's fucking balls to the wall. Like, we both go hard on each other, to the point that, like, there's a couple of games I've played of Mordheim where, like, you know, three or four models per side will die and then someone will run away. Often voluntarily. People will pull out and be like, hey, I don't want to take losses. No. Like, I was 6 deep. I'd lost, of a 12-man warband, I'd lost 6 models. Of a, I think, 14 or 15-man warband, he'd lost 10. Like, a lot of people who were playing in the campaign as well as us were watching our game and being like, what the fuck is this dead pile? Like, why has neither of you run away yet? Like, why are you just fucking slogging it out to the death? And because we're like, no, never surrender. I won't run before he runs, fucking to the death. Right? So I think that is part of it as well. So I think playing against Sin, I feel like we both know each other well enough that we just commit to it hard. We just both be like, this is a stupid move, but we're going to do it. So anyway, that's the hypothetical. Again, I don't even know enough about chess to even be like, hey, you want to play chess on stream? Fucking stupid idea. Well, stupid idea on my part. Not stupid idea from whoever suggested it. New hood. I'm gonna need... Have I got off-white paint? I do have off-white paint. I'm gonna need flames. Need my flame decals. That's not the decal station. That's the decal station. Flame time. And yeah, I don't think I ever really watched 2015 Fantano. I've never really watched too much of him. I watch some of his stuff. Usually for, like, again, bands that I like. But no, when it comes to music stuff, I usually don't have, I guess you could say, a religious subscription to any particular creators. That needs a ceiling patching kit. Ah. Updating tickets. Did I keep that? Oof. Did I keep that lab report? No, I don't think I did. Bastard. Oh well. Actually, that was one thing I was going to talk about earlier. I think YouTube made a change to the algorithm for the better, because recently it's been showing me a bunch of old stuff, and I've been like, wow, I remember how good old YouTube was, when people weren't just complaining about things for the sake of complaining about things. Oh yeah, again, I know that feeling, Sachi. So a band I quite like is Health. They do, well, they were kind of psychedelic rock back in the day, but I don't really like their older stuff. I like their newer stuff, which is more like dark industrial. And Fantano did a review of their newest album a couple of months back. And he was kind of like, it's like the same thing that Health always does. It, like, you know, it's kind of unremarkable, blah, 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 blah. And the response in the comments is like almost entirely negative. People being like, bruh, why are you not giving them their due here? Like, it's a good album. Have I lost both my lights on that? I think I have. Yeah, and again, sometimes that's the case as well. Like sometimes you just gotta recognize that people don't like a certain type of music. So who is it? Mint. Another VTuber, Mint Castello. I like Mint. Mint's cool, but she's been pretty open that she doesn't like metal. And when asked why, she basically just goes, "Oh, it's too loud for me." Like she goes, "I came from like a very quiet household, you know, where being loud was generally discouraged, so loud noises I find uncomfortable, and metal, because it has a lot of yelling and stuff in it, like, she's like, I find that uncomfortable." And I'm like, cool, fair enough, like, you're allowed to like what you like. I don't fully understand it. It is a thing that has kind of always bemused me a little bit, because I had a teacher in high school who had a similar reaction. Wow, thermocrystal. I had a teacher in high school who had similar reactions. Like, anytime anyone put metal on, she'd be like, turn that off. Turn that noise off. And I was always like, but it's good noise. It's noise that makes my brain chemicals go, Hey, Viraj, welcome in. But it's the same with like a lot of, oh, thank you for the yeet. I deserve that. But there's like a lot of modern pop music that, again, I don't like. Oh, that's right, I lost my insulated hood. Oh well. I like a lot of like retro pop, but like a lot of the modern stuff just doesn't do it for me. I need a steel panel. I need to put some color on that. Ah, Viraj is lurking. He has discovered the wonderful lurk command that Ando should probably do something about. But never will, because that's the joke. Excellent. Flame decals. Yeah. Hydro generator. Yeah, and that's fair, Sachi. And again, like, part of that is there is a certain level of divergence. I don't think I've ever listened to Cattle Decapitator, so yeah, judge me as you will. But like, there's a certain level of divergence. So like, my brother is more musical than me. My brother actually has played in metal bands and stuff like that. He's recorded on albums. He has won like music writing competitions, nothing huge, but like some little things. You know, he's a lot more into the music scene than I am, and our taste in music diverges quite a bit, in the sense of like he's liked a lot of stuff, but he likes things like, for instance, Dream Theater, right? Because he goes, oh, Dream Theater, like it's musically and technically quite complicated, whereas I go, yeah, but I don't need to listen to an 11-minute song with 5 different key changes. I will rather listen to an 11-minute song of Iron Maiden singing about the death of the king of the Aztecs, sort of thing. You know, it's horses for courses. Different people like different things, even though we kind of like, we have this root point when we both like certain stuff. So like we both like, you know, a good example would be like Metallica or something like that. We're both like, hey, we can listen to a Metallica song and enjoy it together. But then it diverges out the further we go, and suddenly it's like, this is something you like that I don't, and vice versa. Yeah, and part of it is also like, I really don't like the vocals in Dream Theater. I find the vocals in Dream Theater are the weakest part of it, and there's nothing there to make it up for me. Whereas like my brother is like, oh cool, the vocals, I don't really care about that, I can skip that and listen to the insanely complex keyboard riff, whereas I'm like, no, this is doing nothing for me. Yeah, I don't know, again, for me it's always been about the vibes. And again, this is one of the things I've kind of articulated to people before, is like why I like metal music over, say, pop music, because most modern pop music, in my opinion, is very like, you know, it's usually either I've broken up with someone and I'm so sad, or I've broken up with someone and you're never coming back to me, like, suck my dick, I'm too good for you, you know, you cheating bastard, never come back. Or it's like, I'm in the club and I'm getting so drunk and I'm having a great time. I'm in the club, I'm getting so drunk. None of which really appeal to me, though. I have heard Olivia Rodrigo. I have heard some of their stuff, and I kind of go, a bit. Like I kind of go like that. Okay, that does actually seem kind of decent. But like, compared to heavy metal, where it's like, you know, like the classic kind of power metal, like Judas Priest stuff, where it's like, we're going to fight a fucking dragon, and I'm like, yes, I'm on board with this, right? Because I mean, ultimately, that's what a lot of music is. Music is storytelling with rhythm. So it's like, what story are we going to tell? Are we going to tell the story of I'm getting wasted in the club, or I'm going to slay a dragon? Which one of these is going to interest Ando? I'm going to slay a dragon. It's the one that's going to interest Ando. I was going to make something. I've forgotten what it was. Circuit board. That was it. Circuit board. Actually, I should try and see how I make circuit boards. Ooh, okay, advanced workbench, expanded locker. Yes. And again, there is some pop music I don't mind, like a lot of Kesha's new stuff. Like when Kesha first kicked off around about like 2008, 2009, I wasn't a huge fan. But a lot of her new stuff, like the Potato Song or whatever, which is literally just about, I want to sit on the beach on an island and make cakes and grow potatoes. Like that's a mood. That's a mood where I'm like, yes, I too would like to just sit around and grow potatoes. Yes, circuit board, I need you. Improved antenna. Limb magnet, damn it. Copper wire, damn it. Used up all my copper wire. Come on, copper wire, give me copper wire. No, you gave me scrap metal. Fuck you, machine. King Gears. Yeah, King Gears is one of those ones. I don't mind King Gears. But I find because they are so eclectic, Like King Giz is one of those weird albums where I'm like, well, sorry, one of those weird bands where it's like they have so many different albums where there is something for everyone, but at the same time, you never quite know what you're gonna get. So I never really settle down for King Giz, if that makes sense. Ah, yes, thank you, Mike. Yes, we'll be probably. Yeah. Yes, thank you, Mike. Thank you, I deserve that. And covering your escape, very good. Where was I going with this? King Giz, yes, King Giz and the Lizard Wiz. I need 2 copper wire. Wait, what the? I thought I needed junction bypass. What do I need? I need 8. I was misreading that. I thought that said 0. Petrodragonic. Yeah, maybe. I'll have a look. Again, like there are some King Giz songs that I like, but as I said, my main problem with King Giz is more just the fact that it's like a band like Health, right, are relatively consistent with their sound, at least ever since their banger of an album, Slaves of Fear, in 2015. So there might be some tracks on an album that I don't like, but I can at least be like, hey, I know the majority of this album will probably be to my taste. Whereas sometimes there's a King Giz album where you'll listen to that and be like, oh, this isn't what I like at all. Whereas there are other times where I'll listen to King Giz and be like, oh yeah, no, this headlight absolutely fucking bangs. What do you mean 0 to 2 headlights in good condition? Or do they mean spare headlights? Oh well. So we died out there. We're not going to go and recover our shit. We died up here. I don't want to go up there and recover my shit. Sure, let's go over there. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing. Ando once again making shit up as he goes along. Actually, before we go, let me... Is it my battery? What? Is this saying I don't have a battery? Operated engine. Yeah, again, I never really had an emo phase. It's one of those things where like I kind of, yeah, again, I missed emo. I was already on metal by the time that emo came around, so it was never really something that like really got Ando going. Car. Move slow. Headlights. Flickers. No. Dims. And why do my headlights keep fucking flickering? Yeah, but again, like I never really got into it. I don't know. It's not really a space that captivated me. I don't know, that's all I can really say on the matter. I don't really have much else to add. I haven't really listened to very much emo music. Because again, it never really, I don't know. Just there ain't nothing there for old Ando. Yeah, some punk can be good. I think part of the problem with punk, to a certain extent, and I actually had a conversation with this about this with my brother ages ago, was like part of the problem with punk is that it can sometimes be a bit like black metal, where oh fuck, what is going on? Yeah, the problem with punk is it can sometimes be a bit like black metal. What is wrong? Fix mechanic kit. Oh, it's busted. Okay. What? I didn't mean to get in my car. Whoops. It can be a bit like black metal, where, like, how do I put this? I'm saying that a lot. Yeah, the unproduced sound is coveted, and not in the sense of like, oh, we want this to sound like, you know, do it ourselves or whatever. It's more the sense of like they intentionally be like, hey, we're gonna make this sound bad, because it's supposed to sound bad. Like it's a, you know, why did the door not close? I don't know if that makes sense. Great. I feel like this is going to be another unproductive evening. I feel like particularly with black metal, that's a big thing, is they like intentionally record it so it sounds like you've recorded it on like a shitty 8-track recorder, because back in the 90s, that's what 90s black metal was. The black metal scene was very much like dudes in their garage, you know, recording stuff on an 8-track recorder and then copying tapes on an 8-track recorder. And, you know, God forbid the, yeah, God forbid the medium move beyond the 90s. Ugh, it's all schmoozed. Oh, fuck off, tourists. Okay. Pressurized cartridges. Chemicals. Come on, come on. That's not what I need. Not what I need at all. Let's go back to the car. Dance punk. Yeah. I mean, I don't mind a little bit of that. Your boy don't dance. I don't really have much of a sense of rhythm, so I guess you could say any sort of dancing that's not a formalized dance, like waltzing and stuff, I can do, because that's all like formalized. Like everyone knows what's going on. But like, if you want Ando to hit the dance floor in the club, yeah, you're gonna be disappointed. But I do appreciate some Electric Callboy. I know they're not quite dance punk, but they're okay. I don't know, I don't vibe with ska. I don't get ska. I don't dislike it, I just don't get it. Just pull up ahead. I have never heard of Soul Glow. I don't know, it's funny. I talk to people on the internet and they have so many different like bands they talk about, and I'm like, I have never heard of any of these bands. And I don't think that's a bad thing, it's just that, like, again, there's so many bands I'm just like, I have never heard of this band. Do I live an isolated and sheltered life? Perhaps. Ska mentioned... No, Ska was not mentioned unpositively. Ska was mentioned indifferently. There's a difference. There is a difference between not being positive on ska and being indifferent to ska. You know, because there are genres of music I'm not a huge fan of. Like, you know, I'm not a huge fan of like drill rap and stuff like that, and like some of the more modern takes on rap. Where's Mike when we need him? He's gone to sleep. We need Mike to give us the latest update on the Kendrick beef, which I know a bit about, but I really don't care about. Again, that's one of those other things that I feel like I don't want to say it's manufactured, but there is kind of an attitude in rap of like having beef with other rappers is part of the culture. So like, you know, I should, you know, talk shit about a guy because that's what you do to become notable. You talk shit about another guy and then he talks shit back and then you have a thing. Fuck, am I trapped on another pallet? It's happening, Mom, it's happening again. That fucking dude just looking through a window like a pervert. Real big fish mentioned. Again, as I said, I'm not really anti-ska. I just don't fully get it. But also, yeah, I kind of get where you're coming from. It's like some of those other, like, I don't know. It's getting late. My brain is not processing correctly. Crab bucket culture, not rap culture. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. I get it. It's not culture, but it's one of those things where it's like because successful people do it, other people start to emulate it, and it becomes the manufactured element of the culture. It's like who was it? There was a German, I'm pretty sure it was German, socialist writer from the 60s who really despised jazz music. But he didn't despise it for the reason you'd think. Because like a lot of people back in the day hated jazz music because they were like, you know, oh, jazz, it's blur, it's not traditional music, therefore it's bad. No, he wasn't about that. He hated jazz music because he's like, the whole selling point of jazz is that it's improvisational, right? That people kind of just make it up on the spot as they feel. But he goes, but then they go and record it on a record and sell it. And he's saying like this is like the purity of capitalist bastardization, because of the fact that you have a music genre that is supposed to be inherently about making it up on the spot, playing what you feel, then getting turned into, you know, something formulaic. The fact that people write down the notation for jazz music inherently ruins jazz music. So I think kind of my point is it's like with anything, you get a commercialization of the culture behind it. Yeah, it's certainly a take. I don't entirely disagree with it. I think there's some, maybe a bit of refinement needed. Well, not refinement, but I think there you know, there is no, I've talked about this before, there is no ethical consumption under capitalism, therefore my position on it is secure the bag by all means. Do whatever you need to do to secure the bag. So writing down notation in order that you may better sell your music, I have no overt qualms with. Dink dink. But also I can kind of get it where he's coming from, in the sense of like, this whole musical genre is about being random and weird, and the antithesis of being random and weird is making it the same every time. Yes. Yeah, I was not a trumpeter. I tried learning the guitar when I was younger, but I don't know.
Our specialized test devices feature an extensive system of...
Our specialized test dummies. Fuck those guys.
Right now, we have an explosive deal going on. Buy one of our pallets and get the other one half off. Folks, I would not wait on this deal. These things are practically walking out the door.
Give me that stabilizer. But yeah, I do still enjoy listening to jazz though. Jazz is nice. Where was I going with this? Real Big Fish, Scar. Oh yeah, in terms of like Real Big Fish as a style, yeah, no, again, I'll definitely agree that there are certain like well-known members of a genre that sometimes are poorly regarded with reason. A great example would be something like Striper or Skillet. Striper's not too bad, but Striper is very milquetoast. Striper back in the 80s was and the 90s. They are Christian heavy metal. And they're relatively inoffensive, but that was the thing, is they became the secret weapon of moms against heavy metal. You know, the pushback of, oh no, how dare my child listen to this devil music. And I never encountered it when I was in school, but I know people who did, where like they'd have people come around to school and be like, you shouldn't listen to heavy metal, it gives you the devil. You should instead listen to Striper because they are good Jesus-fearing heavy metal musicians. And whoop, son of a bitch. Yeah, if you've ever tried to like be like, hey, what would you choose, a Striper album or a Judas Priest album? Yeah, most people are going to choose the Judas Priest album. Again, like, Striper aren't bad, but they're really, like, again, pretty middle of the road. Fuck it. Crush that man. And Skillet's kind of the same. I don't know, it's weird. I don't want to be too dismissive, but Christian metal, like overtly Christian metal, is one of those things I could never really get into. I went to a Christian high school and like there were a lot of people who were kind of into it, and I was like, nah, like this ain't giving me anything, buddy. The wall. The way is shut. It was made by the anomalies, and the anomalies keep it. The way is shut. Cool. Yeah, no, again, that's a hello. That's a fair assessment, Sachi. Because like there are some okay white rappers, right? Like Riff Raff, I enjoy. I find Riff Raff to be very amusing, and like technically quite competent, and like Eminem still has some genuinely good stuff. And like, how do I put this? The rap he did for the Venom movie is quite good, like from a technical perspective, but it's also fucking hilarious because there's a version of it on YouTube which is just Venom every time Eminem says Venom, and it is the funniest shit because it's literally Venom, 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 Venom. Yeah, so again, and I'm not one to be like, hey, such and such a person can't do a thing, but I don't even think he's corny now though. I think the dude just like, again, it's what's his face? What's his name? I'm trying to remember the guy's name. Give me a minute. Famous actor. Jack Nicholson. So Jack Nicholson, when he was interviewed a couple of years back, he talked about like how he basically said just like, I do whatever I want now when it comes to movies. He's like, if I see a movie that looks interesting, I do it. And he's like, I don't care about, you know, he's like, is there a director I like working on a project? Is there a script that looks interesting? I just do it. I don't really think about my career. Because he was kind of saying like, look, at this point, I've made all the money I want to make. I've won all the awards I want to win. You know, there is nothing to do in terms of furthering my career. Now I'm just at the point where I have fun doing it. And I feel like that's kind of where Eminem's at this point, where he's kind of like, look, I've done all this shit. I don't need to do anything else, so I just do whatever the hell I want. And like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm envious of the man for that exact reason, and that I'd love to be in a position where I could do that. I'd love to be like, hey, you know what? I don't need to really worry about where I'm going with things. Let's just be interesting. But who was it? There was someone actually, this was a couple of years, like a year or two ago, Eminem did a diss on someone. Which again, as I've said before, I don't really get the whole diss thing, but he did one. Because someone was talking shit. Was it MGK? Anyway, and I just remember, I'm pretty sure it was Snoop Dogg talked about it, where he was saying that, like, yeah, people forget that, like, you know, Eminem knows what he's doing. Like, you know, this guy's been around, and so they think, oh, cool, white dude, he's an easy target, and then they get their asses handed to them, lyrically speaking. Fuck it, home time, I think. Actually, oh. Going back to the whole Kendrick Drake thing real quick, you mean like Drake keeps doing even though it's inadvisable? Fuck off, electricity pole. But yes, elaborate further, Sachi. But also, I had a thought. Where was my thought going? Oh yeah, Snoop Dogg. So there is someone I do quite enjoy on YouTube called I Ruined It For You. I think that's it, or it's there. I Ruined It For You. Yeah, thank you, Tobias. Yeah.
My favorite part.
Again, I don't fully have enough context to know about it. Like, this is the thing where I'm like, I get that there has been beef at various points. I do not fully understand it. But where was I going with this? Okay, car jolts forward when car. And when radio. There we go. Yeah, how do we fix this? Had thoughts. Where was I going? It's radio switches off. Mechanics kit. Okay, cool. Very good. Get a mechanics kit. Yeah, where was I? Yeah. There I Ruined It For You does a couple of songs I quite like. One which is, so I'm not a huge Red Hot Chili Peppers fan. And so he does a song which is what Red Hot Chili Peppers sound like to people who don't like Red Hot Chili Peppers, which is very amusing. But the other one he did was he got a song from The Jungle Book. I think it was remember which song it is. It's a song from The Jungle Book, and he remixed it with Gin and Juice by Snoop Dogg. And there is a great video of Snoop Dogg listening to it, and like it starts off and he's like, yeah, like this is a song I know, and you see this look on his face of like, huh, like what is this? And then by the end of it he's like, yeah, I vibe with it. But it's hilarious just because the comments are things like, Snoop is 90% certain he didn't record this, but he can't be certain, or things like that, or like, this man just went through all 4 stages of grief and then came out loving it. And it's only like a 30-second long, Houston, we have a problem, it's back. It's only like a 30-second long track, but it's still just fucking hilarious watching him react to it of like, huh? Put that in the machine. I don't know, I'm getting kind of eepy. I think I might actually call it here in a little bit shorter than I normally do, but it's better to pace yourselves, you see. That's right, I wanted to do the better diagnostic machine, didn't I? Diagnosy boy. I need more copper wire. Maybe another run for more copper wire. Actually, oh, dumpy boy. Rubber. Copper wire, copper wire. Is that all the copper wire I need? I think it is. Yeah. And again, like I respect folks who do that shit where they're like, they're at a point in their lives where they're like, cool, I'm just gonna do whatever the hell I want. For the most part, I've talked about before about how kind of like Will Smith and his family annoy me a little bit. In that, like, Will Smith started a YouTube channel and like it basically became successful just off the fact that it was Will Smith. And by the same token, it's like his son Jaden got to make, what was it, Neo Yokio or whatever, a relatively poorly made animated series, more or less just off the back of, hey, I'm Will Smith's kid. Let's stay on headlights. Because should probably find out what the level 3 diagnostics machine actually did for me. Let's spend anchor energy to partially diagnose any quirk. Accurately pinpointing one fact. Okay, I see. Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that's kind of a bit disappointing, because of the fact that, like, particularly when Neo Yokio came out, it was at a period where there wasn't a lot of good animation coming out, and there was a lot of talk about how hard it was to make animation, and it's kind of like, okay, so we got this instead of getting something actually decent. Battery's full. Wipers move slow. Okay. Bad guess 3 or 4 correct. Okay. Bubbles. There we go. Yeah. I don't know. That's, like, again, and this is one of those other ones as well. Like, I don't mind certain things in the sense of, like, so for instance, I went to high school with 3 Olympic athletes. Yeah, they're all in the same family. They're all swimmers. I'm not going to say who they are, but they're all swimmers, and at least 2 of them have won, like, Olympic medals of some caliber. But here's the thing. They come from a family of Olympians. Their parents were Olympic and, like, national level swimmers. So it's one of those things of, like, I kind of get it, where it's like, okay, you're good at swimming because you come from a family of good swimmers. Like, you've probably got genetics on your side, but you've also got, like, a family culture of training and coaching, and, you know, you probably didn't have much choice about if you were going to become a good swimmer or not, but, you know, at least there is this kind of background of learning the process of becoming a good swimmer, versus, you know, like, you don't become an Olympian because your parent rocks up and goes, hey, I used to be an Olympian, my kid's going to be an Olympian. It's more of a case of I used to be an Olympian, I'm going to train you to be an Olympian, versus, again, the Will Smith thing of just being like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm Will Smith, do a thing for my daughter. And it's the same problem I have with, you know, the Elon Musks and stuff of the world, of, because they have a name and a reputation, they can go and you know, rock up to BlackRock or whoever else has money and be like, hey, I'm Elon Musk, loan me $1 million, and they'll be like, sure, you're Elon Musk, we'll loan you $1 million. Whereas if I rock up to them and be like, hey, my name's Takame Ando, loan me $1 million, they'll be like, get this turtle out of here. We will not lend this turtle $1 million. I think I talked about it before, but, like, give me a version of this game crossed with American Truck Sim. I don't need the esoteric, like, alien, like, well, not alien, but, like, the weird, you know, interdimensional stuff. Just give me a game where I can just repair a car and drive it around. Everything else seems to be in reasonable condition, I think. I'll give that door a bit of schmooze. Oh, headlight. Give that some schmooze. I love the noise it makes. It's extra goopy. Gas. That's what I need. Gas. Yeah, I get that. I mean, some of it is luck. Well, it depends. There's all sorts of esoteric reasons why a band can be successful. Some of it is people knowing people. Some of it is like, oh hey, this guy, you know, used to be the roadie for like some other band or whatever, and got in good with them or whatever. But who was it? That's it. I remember. AC/DC. So I need to double check this story. But apparently one of the reasons why AC/DC got big in America had to do with luck and maybe a bit of cunning. So AC/DC are kind of unique in that most Australian bands don't get... yeah. No, what is it? It's like... Faith No More and like 3 other bands all have the same frontman, and I hadn't realized it. But where was I going with this? Yeah, so AC/DC, like, it takes a lot for an Australian band to get successful in the US for a bunch of reasons. Part of it is because the US music industry is inherently prejudicial against any band that isn't American. It's very much a closed system of like, we will let you come and play music in America, but you do so on our terms, and we will decide if you get successful or not. Spoilers, you won't, because we want American bands to be successful. They do the same thing to British bands. The difference is that the British music industry has its own standards, and so, like, they can at least, you know, make themselves successful enough in Britain to kind of jump the line a bit. In Australia, it's kind of harder, because Australia, if my memory serves, we have, like, the highest amount of musicians per capita. But yeah, apparently AC/DC were playing at this, like, concert, like, event thing. Like, it was a festival. And there was another band, so AC/DC had, like, a later time slot. They had, like a 9 p.m., 10 p.m. time slot or whatever, which is, like, supposedly better. And one of the other bigger American bands was complaining and being like, oh, we want that later time slot because we're scheduled for, like, 4 o'clock and no one will be here, and you know, no one will be around because no one shows up until later, so we want to swap slots. And AC/DC were like, yeah, sure, we'll swap slots with you. Now, whether or not that was just them being nice or there being some sort of cunning behind it, we don't know. Well, I don't know. But apparently what they did was they swapped slots, but they swapped slots to play at the 4 o'clock time slot, which meant that they were there when the 5 o'clock news was there, filming the festival, to be like, hey, you know, welcome to, you know, Channel 6 News. We're here at the Rock and Roll Festival, you know, and this band on the stage behind us is AC/DC from Australia. And, you know, at that point they're going, you know, ooh, runaway train, you know, oh, TNT, fire, you know, pyrotechnics and stuff. And so a whole bunch of people, Americans, saw them on the news and were like, hey, what's this band, you know, playing this music? They sound pretty rockin'. AC/DC, you say? I might need to look into them. And so they were kind of able to force their way into the American market, so, you know, they, in a way that they wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. Adam Newling, yeah, because he's part of Ruby Field's touring band. Yeah, but I mean, the other thing as well, it's surprising how many musicians have played in other people's stuff. So a great one is they've I don't know, broken up's not the right word. They've called it an indefinite hiatus, but there's a band I like from Australia called 12 Foot Ninja, and their guitarist and their drummer, Draylon, thank you for the flashbang. I hope you are doing better, my friend. But yeah, their guitarist and their drummer. So their guitarist, Stevik, he's really quite good. He like runs, he teaches people guitar. He runs like professional online, like you can do one-on-one coaching with him to improve your training and like you do guitar training and stuff. But he and their drummer Russ used to be session musicians for Delta Goodrem. So there's footage of them from like 10 years ago, being in the backing band for Delta Goodrem, when she was playing a big concert in Sydney and stuff like that. So there's a lot of musicians out there who like, yeah, are in different bands and things like that, who have been session musicians for a lot of people. And Five Finger Death Punch, one of their replacement guitarists they got at one point, he used to be a session musician and got lucky enough to like join the band, and he was like, yeah, it's way better than being a session musician. I actually get paid. Those are a lot of names, Sachi. I know none of them. I don't even know what Genesis Owusu is. I know none of this. Anyway, welcome in, Draylon. You've shown up just in time. I might do one more run, maybe. Is there anywhere nearby that I can do? That's Perpetually Stable. Can't do there. Ah, Draylon, you lucky son of a gun. You got that Goyle power. You got that regenerative healing influence of the ladies. Actually, we might go here. Yeah, fuck it, we ball. Fuck it, we ball. We're gonna do a run. We're gonna do a run. But no, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, Draylon. Having that someone in your life, whether they be male, female, anything else in between, whether they just be your dog, your cat, whatever. It's good to have someone who, yeah, definitely stimulates the brain. I've been very lucky in my life to have some quite good friends like that. And I've been lucky enough to kind of make some more as well along the way. Again, like I've told this story before where, like, in true cat fashion, Sin kind of just latched onto me and was like, "You are my friend now, Ando," and I was like, "Cool, I won't resist." But like one of my very good friends, I met her at the end of high school, out of pure chance. So we were both on, yeah, man, that's a good vibe. That's a good time. Exactly. There is no resistance, only sin. What's the line from Star Wars? The "Do not resist, you are being rescued." Where was I going with this? I had thoughts. Oh yeah, so one of my best friends, we met at a scout thing. So I was on the Australian Scout Jamboree in 2010. Yeah, so end of 2009, start of 2010. I was there as a venturer, which is like the older bracket of scouting. And if you're there as a venturer, you're there to do work, basically. You run activities for the scouts, which is kind of cool. You also get like some time off and you get to like chill out and stuff like that. But like, you know, you're there running a base, so you're doing a job essentially. And I was on day shift. I worked the activities I did during the day. And my friend, she was on night shift, so I did not meet her until the very end of things, because on the final evening, can you fucking pull these guys off me? Thank you. Yeah, I didn't meet her until the very end because of the fact that, yes, there we go. Yeah, didn't meet her until the very end of events, because she was on night shift and I was on day shift. So when I was back at base camp, she was out at base camp, and when I was out working, she was back in base camp sleeping. So we met on the very final night, and we met through pure like happenstance. I was hanging out with another friend, and I quoted like Red vs. Blue or something. I said something stupid from Red vs. Blue, and she kind of just sticks her head in and goes like, "Was that Rooster Teeth?" And I was like, "Yeah, it was Rooster Teeth," and we just clicked from there. And we've been good friends for like the past probably 15 years at this point. I need an impact hammer. Do not fucking touch my car. And yeah, I've been very lucky in the sense that she was also just or had been a great person to talk to just as a friend. I've been very lucky in that regard. I think a lot of the friends I've made along the way have made me a better person. This is a long-winded way of saying I'm glad you got that, Dre. Oh yeah, and it's funny, because I am sometimes. Well, it depends. I think I'm socially awkward. Apparently, I'm not that socially awkward. Because again, I'll hang out with friends of friends, and they'll be like, I'll talk to my friends later, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, my friends thought you were really cool." They were like, "Hey, that Ando guy, he's really easy to talk to," or like, "He's got really chill vibes," and I'll be like, "Huh, okay." You know, I always just kind of assume that I'm socially awkward and cringe. But turns out not so much. Hang on, where are we? There was a point there. I've lost it once again. I had a point. Where was I? Yes, socially awkward and cringe. Oh yeah, no, that's thinking that sometimes. So sometimes I overthink a little bit too much, and I'm like, I would like to click with this person, but worry that I will not, and therefore in doing so, do not. And it's also a funny thing as well, because sometimes, like, how do I put this? You don't click with a person straight away, but sometimes after a while you'll click with them. I've had that with a couple of people where, like, my first impression of them wasn't great, but after a while I've kind of been like, huh, you know what? You're not so bad. But yeah, vibing straight off the bat's always nice. Where are we? We're at here. I feel like this run was a mistake. I've just been hit by the eepiness once again. Ando once again, I think, has made a mistake. Classic Ando. Fuck off, don't move. Claw. Yeah, by all means, get some sleep, Draylon. Oof. Yeah, that's rough. I've been managing to avoid that a little bit, but yeah, I can get it. I managed to dodge it the past couple of nights, but some guys I work with have been getting so as part of our job, we can get called up in the middle of the night because work will be like, hey, something's broken and we need you to fix it. And they've been having a recurring problem the past couple of days, and a couple of guys I work with keep getting hit with it and like getting woken up at like 5 in the morning to be like, hey, you need to like look at this and fix it. So I'm lucky in that I managed to dodge those. But yeah, you should, what I'm saying is you should 100% go and sleep for your health. I don't know why my headlights keep flickering. I keep diagnosing it in the diagnosis machine. Maybe it's just because I've got shit headlights. Is that the problem? Because the machine keeps diagnosing that I have no quirks here, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's bulbs. Oh, thanks, Draylon. Again, we'll probably only be going for like a couple more minutes, so it's not, you know, you may find yourself somewhere else when you return, but thanks. It's nice to know that people want to hang out. It's nice to know that I've retained my position as peak second monitor content. Oh, that's a lot of cloth. No. Well, actually, I don't know Draylon because I don't play Minecraft, but I get it. I throw streams on all the time when I'm doing stuff. Again, that was my 2020. That was what got me into VTubing. It was sit down, log into work, and put on whoever's streaming. Yeah, I've heard the new Judas Priest album's good. So a friend of mine who's running our Mordheim campaign, far more musically talented than I am. He actually owns his own recording studio amongst other things, and has done like, you know, recording for people and stuff like that. He gave it positive reviews. He said, yeah, new Judas Priest album's pretty solid. Which is generally speaking a pretty ringing endorsement for me of like, yeah, okay, maybe I should give this a listen. Ugh, my brain is full of regret. I am EP and my brain is full of regret. Fuck off, you little pricks. Did one of them get on me? I think one of them did. Get off. Alright, let's go. So it's funny, I don't see these things around as much. In the later areas. Brrr. And soundtrack in this game bangs. Aha, it's behind the house. I see. Let's go raid the house real quick. Give me all your shit. Am I getting irradiated currently? No, I'm not. Ow, 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 ow. That's what I get for not having any lights. Heal me, heal me. I'm glad it didn't kill me. What the? Why is it not letting me equip my road flares? There's a lot of explodey dudes out here and I don't want to have to deal with them. Why is it not letting me equip my road flares? Oh, now it lets me equip the road flare for some strange reason. Get off my car. Get off me nuts. Bonk. Oop. Oh, that's throw. Okay. Cease. Cease. Do not drive me onto the circular saw. Cease. Damn it. Anyway, where was I? Nom. Eat all the food. Let's fix our front right tire. Hatch kits. Front price. Fuck off, mannequin. I'll have no more of your shenanigans. Alright, we'll get into this next area. Exactly, Mannequin Shenanigan. It's my my new indie rock band. Okay, let's do here. Unstable act, pickpocket, shaggy, scramble, cough box, shaker, tourists, not recognized, gas station, Salamander Grotto, wrecked car. I've already been here. Fuck it, let's do it. Come on. I don't want to stay up too late because I do have to go to work tomorrow. Like, that's why there are some people who like stream real late, like Vivi streams real late and Astrid streams real late, and I don't know how they do it. I don't know, maybe it's a time zone thing, but I'm pretty sure Vivi's in the same state as me, so I have no idea how she does it. Because ever since I started working a 9 to 5, I cannot do late nights no more. I used to back in my youth. Some rads, 2.5k rads. There's some irradiated buildings. Can I scan this? Logbook, what do these do? I don't actually know what these do. I hate how I don't seem to be allowed to like do things while I'm sprinting. Like I can't light a flare while I'm running. I'm getting irradiated. Time to get in the car. Thank you, car. Fuck off, tourists. You're gonna cause some mannequin shenanigans, aren't you? When I pick this up, this unstable anchor. Fuck off. They always show up just out of sight. Normally I would not drive a car through water this deep. Normally this would flood your engine. Without a snorkel, I would not normally risk that. Are we doing okay for fuel? Maybe I should invest in amphibious tires. I know you can unlock them. The off-road seem to be pretty good though. Right. Anchor number 2. So many damn tourists. They're concerning. Their whole existence is concerning. Oh, do not yeet my car, please. Oh. Cease. Alright, park. Doot doot. Come down here and scan this. See if we'll get me any extra details. Nom 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 can. Delicious cans. My precious antique cans. Okay, here's the next question. Where are we gonna go? Let's get the recording and then what thing will bail out. Oh, clonk. Yep, there's Ando pushing himself a bit. Oh, we got a flat rear tire. Need to fix that at some point. Get through this. Alright, we're about to enter the storm. We're getting there. It's fighting me a bit. Come on, let's go. Alright, we're through. Just about. Let's do some repairs and we'll go through here. I'm gonna find out what this thing does. Sealing kit. It's funny, I've become a lot more used to just the random weird noises in this game. What are you? Okay, you can't scan the glowing orange thing. Interesting. Does this do a thing? Okay, apparently this gives me energy. Or something. I feel like this is going to become relevant at some point when I can actually go faster. Huh. This is some form of like 88 mile per hour like gateway thing or something. Huh. I have no idea what that actually accomplished. Except for maybe having those open so I can now just drive through there. I don't know. Let's go get this thing. Hopefully I don't die on foot. I figured it was to go on foot. I think I'll survive. I'm getting a little bit irradiated, but not too much irradiated. Lovely swamp noise. Swamp people, swamp people. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Give it to me, give it to me. Oh, I didn't mean to eat that. Okay, now I must run to get back to the car. I'm glad there is no stamina in this game. I think I will survive long enough to get back to the car and heal myself with my more comprehensive healing things. But yeah, having to dive into that acid kind of sucked. Huh, there's no radiation now. I don't, oh, no, okay, now there is radiation. So one thing I do wish about this game, I wish like the radiation and stuff was a little bit more visible. I mean, I know obviously in real life radiation's not visible, but I wish there was like a Geiger counter. Well, I mean, you can get a little bit of a Geiger count when you're walking through it, but I wish there was a way to like preventatively identify it on the map. But I find a lot of the time I just wander around and go like, oh, here's a new area. Oh, it's irradiated. Health. Heal me. Heal me. He's me just devouring. Okay. Ah. Okay. Well. Guess we're out of here. Alright, let's gas it. Come on. Oop, the door is open. It's fine. It's fine, we'll make do. No, we won't make do. We'll close that door, because otherwise I'm going to get fucking toasted. I need the shielding. Come on. We're almost there. Let's go. We can make it. We can make it. We can 100% make it. No, I'm not risking it for that, that airdrop. Bonk, whoops. Come on. Come on. Get across. Get across. We're almost out. There we go. We made it. We made it home. The car's gonna need some repairs, but we did it. We did it, Patrick. We saved the city.
Nah, just you, me, and Francis. Peaceful, ain't it?
Hang on, I'm gonna need to turn off some things. Turn off power. Oh. Why did that fall off? Oh. Med bay me. Now you, why are you worn out? Okay. We can use limb for improved electroplating. Bond metals like we never have before. It's a revolution. Oh my god. Not that. That's what I want to do. Craft headlights. I only have one. Damn it. Actually running low on copper wire. I only needed one copper wire, yeah? I did. I want to try something. Yeah, okay, that was the problem with my headlights. They were just worn out. Repair putty. Oh. Okay, car is looking like it's in reasonable condition. It needs gas, though. I'll gas it up, and then we can call it the evening. Oh boy, I was running real low on gas. I probably cut that a little bit too close, actually. Right, on the upside, though, so we've been there. That's where we need to get to. So we need to like go here and then to there. Was that the dead end one? No, that was the dead end one, I think. No, that was the dead end one, I think. Oh well. We'll call it here for now. Anyway, let's go see what we can see. Whomst should we go and bother? Let me. I'm playing Pacific Drive. You know what? Screw it. I've already talked about them tonight, so I'm gonna go raid Vivi because I can. Because I like the funny purple nuclear lady. So where are we? Where's the raid button? Where's the Vivi? Alright, we're gonna go raid Vivi. She's commissioned some cats. We will be back tomorrow, I think. I don't know. There is a plan, maybe. But I'm gonna send you all over there. Enjoy the catty goodness, and Ando will crawl off to bed. Bye.